What's up, guys? Welcome to Hive number 16. We're on iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, all of the things, so check us out there. I'm a little under the weather, so I might sound a little sick, so deal with it. Anyway, you want a topic? I know you tweeted me a whole bunch of shit, or do you want to just take one off?
It's more convenient for me to, because I see when I drive around all the time. I just find random ridiculous shit, and it's like I always know that I'm gonna forget it, and we won't be able to talk about it. So I figured it's easier if I just fucking just send it to you.
Yeah, that's a good idea for sure. I just put them down on my phone. I just use like the notes feature on my phone and just type something in anytime I think of something.
Well, we should probably start with the biggest thing, which is
memeing.
You getting
memeing at a Trump rally.
Yeah,
dude, I'm not gonna lie. That's probably my favorite video I've ever made on my YouTube channel. One of my favorites. Probably not my favorite, but one of.
Well, for people not familiar, you walk them walk me through it. Like, how was like the day? When time did you leave? Where did you how did you make?
All right, so the week before, or probably like 4 days before the event, because it was kind of short notice. Donald Trump announced that he was coming to Radford University. So I was not going to miss the chance to witness the Trump rally madness. And the tickets for the actual event sold out in like 5 minutes. Like 3,000 tickets sold out in 5 minutes.
How much was it?
No, you didn't have to pay, but you just had to order the tickets. And
got it.
I was surprised nobody was scalping them, honestly.
Right.
But anyway,
that would be a very Trump thing to do.
Yeah. Well, there were people selling illegal Trump merchandise, which is fucking hilarious. There was a black guy there that was selling Trump merchandise, and he hated Donald Trump, but he was making money selling Donald Trump merchandise. It's pretty funny. Nice. But anyway, so the event sold out instantly, but I just went there for the spectacle of the whole thing, and I made a "Make America Dank Again" sign with two Pepe Frog memes on it. Let me find the Twitter link. I put it up on Twitter. And
wait, so I didn't understand your sign. Like, I get it, "Make America Dank Again." That's good. But I don't get the Pepe the Frog.
You don't dank memes?
I mean, I got dank memes, but that's
the thing.
I guess. All right.
Really? You didn't get it?
No, I got it, kinda, but I was like, I don't know, because the frog is supposed to be sad, feels bad man frog, right?
Yeah, it's because America's not dank right now. Dank memes aren't. That's the most recognizable meme face. In my opinion, if there's one image that quantifies what a meme is, it's that. I can't think of anything else that that image.
And
the people that know what that is thought it was funny as fuck.
I remember, weren't you and Dante arguing about whether or not that specific frog needed to be the meme frog?
No, that was the awkward penguin.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the frog.
No.
Okay, never mind then. Because I was gonna say it very much is because you couldn't just fucking draw a frog.
Yeah, you couldn't just put any frog. It wouldn't make any sense.
This is the mean frog, which I think was his central argument, was that it could be any frog or penguin. But
no, there's no way it could be a different frog. It's got to be a variation of Pepe. Right. But yeah, so I made that frog sign, assuming that I'd get a few people here and there that would get what it meant. But it turns out I dramatically underestimated how many people were going to get the joke, and I ended up taking pictures with hundreds of people, hundreds
Seriously?
of different people. Yeah, all those Imgur links are just the ones I was able to find by just searching the internet. Trump rally, "Make America Dank Again" meme. And I found them on news websites and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and. Those are just the images I found, the ones where I'm taking pictures of people. I didn't take those myself. Those were ones that they posted up on social media. So I took pictures of hundreds of people with my "Make America Dank Again" sign.
Did you bed any Trump supporters because of your sign?
No, I took a lot of fucking pictures with some females though. It was probably 60%. I think that's more of. I don't think that's because I'm sexy as fuck. I think that's more because women take pictures with things, whereas guys take pictures of things.
Right.
I would say the split was about 50-50 in terms of people taking pictures of me, but the split was like 70-30 in terms of taking pictures with me. Like the females were definitely taking more pictures with me than of me.
Yeah, of course. Like I wouldn't walk up to you and be like, "Oh my god, that dude! I need to get a picture with him." No, I wouldn't do that.
There were some dudes that did that,
I would take a
though.
picture of you, though.
Yeah,
for sure.
But dude, lots. Like I think that's why I'm a little bit sick right now, is because I was giving out so many fucking high fives and shit at that Trump rally, and I was around so many dirty ass Trump supporters. It was a fucking blast, though. I do not regret.
That you went and didn't actually fucking go to the rally. Like, I guess.
Dude, no.
I mean,
the only 3,000 people got in. 18,000 people were there. All the fun was outside.
Oh my god, dude.
There was more people at that Trump rally. Did you see the video?
Garbage fire, fucking backyard raccoon barbecue was going on.
Did you watch the video and see the line?
Yeah. Oh no,
you saw the fucking line, right? There was 18,000 people there. There was more people at that Trump rally than live in Radford.
Right.
Dude.
I'm just saying, I can't believe. Imagine tailgating of like Trump fans. You know,
I'm not gonna lie. When I was at that rally, I was like, I really hope this is not gonna turn into a Boston bomber situation, because like, holy fuck, could somebody have killed a lot of people with like a bomb there, like a fucking pressure cooker? Am I fucked up for thinking that?
No, and you know what though? I mean, if
dude,
anybody's
like,
gonna have a pressure
anybody
cooker,
could have like killed like 1,000 fucking people, like insta dead.
If anybody's gonna have a crock pot at a rally, it's gonna be a fucking Trump rally.
There was a threat on his life, apparently, like a serious threat at some rally.
Life?
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Apparently there was some sort of credible threat by Russia. It was this week, some Russian group. I don't know. Apparently it was legit.
But why would like Trump is like the biggest Putin fan ever. I don't know why Russia would target Trump. If anything, they would want Trump in. I don't know. It's weird.
Who knows? But yeah,
Speaking
dude,
of,
that was a lot of fun. Like, if there's another Trump rally in Virginia, we should like meet halfway. If it's like gonna be one of these like complete zoos like that was, because we could have like a lot of fucking fun at one of these things. Just memeing it up.
No. What we should do is fucking go to a Trump rally and just like interview people. And not like the stupid like Hitler quotes, because you saw that.
Just and not like patronize them or like make them feel shitty. Just like legitimately interview them. I think that'd be the best way to do it.
Right, but subtly patronize them.
Yeah, subtly, definitely.
Okay, all right.
Did you see where I was like talking to the guy with the fucking guitar? That dude was a beast. The guy that sang the Trump folk songs.
Yeah.
That dude was a fucking beast. I ended up sharing that video on my personal Facebook page, and people like loved it. It got like 5,000 views on my personal Facebook page. So, yeah,
that's pretty crazy, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that video, I know I'm pepping out my own shit, but really, the Zybak at a Trump rally video, memeing at a Trump rally, you got to see that one. That's one of my best I think I've ever done. It's pretty good.
Did you end up watching the debate?
A little bit of it. I know there was like some dick insults thrown some.
Well, there wasn't dick insults. There was dick defense. I guess is that. So I guess Trump had been stewing on Marco Rubio's fucking little crack at his small penis like all week, because the first opportunity he had to tell all of America that he doesn't have a small dick, he fucking seized that shit.
I just love that this is what it's devolved into. I bet you have a tiny dick.
You know what? I bet you somebody fucking bet him like a lot of money that he wouldn't go on a national debate and tell the world or tell America that he had a big dick. And he's like, fuck that. Of course I will. And he just fucking did it. Yeah, that was good. I like that, but I also liked. Did you see fucking Ted Cruz eat his own booger on live TV?
Yes, I saw that.
I was sitting there.
Did you see the thing with Marco Rubio and the pills?
No, what was that?
Oh, Marco Rubio, he keeps like taking these fucking pills in the middle of his speeches, like, and no one knows what they are. Yeah, and people are calling him Narco Rubio. that's my favorite so far. Narco Rubio.
I really want to see a Narco Rubio fucking meme. No, well, what he could do, because I always thought about like get up there and debate somebody. I kind of got maybe it's like anxiety shit, because I have like situational anxiety.
It's
where
probably
I start to
like
freak out.
Adderall, if I had to guess. Like if I was in a situation like that, and if I was taking something, it would be something that would like hyper focus me, because you're under the microscope. Like if I had to guess, it would be some sort of stimulant like that. Because you got to think these guys aren't sleeping that much. They're they got to be like on point. Can't be daydreaming up there.
Well, I saw something about he had like the flu or some shit. But yeah,
if I had to guess, it'd be some sort of stimulant.
Speaking of like, yeah. Well, hey, I'll tell you that story in a little bit. But yeah, the debate was crazy. And then did you see that? The booger thing, I think really got like a lot of people were like, what the fuck with Cruz? But if you look at the last delegate count, like Cruz is not far behind Trump. It's
yeah, I heard he won like 2 states. He won like Kansas and Maine or something.
Yeah, Trump has 382 and Cruz has 300. And
wow.
like you wouldn't know that, like just listening to like Trump talk about Trump, like you would think that his lead was much bigger, and it might be, but that's pretty crazy. I saw that today. You only need
from what I've heard, like Donald Trump hasn't put any sort of resources into either of those 2 states though. It's been like I don't know. I have a feeling the lead is still probably pretty substantial.
Yeah, probably, but you need 1,237 to win. And then there's like this, it was a busy week, man, in politics. Romney came out and tried to dismantle Trump and ended up just looking like a big asshat kind of himself.
Yeah, that's pretty predictable. I would have definitely expected that.
And then I guess they're talking about like maybe even a brokered like convention, which like hasn't happened in like Kennedy or some shit.
That's where they like go against the people, right? That's where they say like fuck what you guys think. We're picking our own guy. That's what that means, right?
So yeah, so like I think what it is, and I wikied it a little bit, but I think it's like all the states are kind of split, so no candidate gets the 1,237 they need. So there's no majority, and then when that happens, like all the delegates that were pledged, will like say Trump won Virginia, right? So he got all those delegates pledged to vote for him. Uh-huh. Basically, everybody just gets released, and they can vote for whoever they want. So like your voter really doesn't matter anymore. The delegates just kind of vote whoever they want in. So
that's weird.
Yeah. That happens. That would be pretty ridiculous. Because then you could even end up like they could have fucking elect somebody like Kasich instead of Trump.
He's like the only guy that is like not completely ridiculous for the Republicans.
Right, and he's the only guy that
if I had to vote for one, it would be him. But he's just like a fucking long shot.
Yeah, well,
like, who'd have thought the guy that actually has like done good shit and isn't a complete like lunatic is the one in last?
Right. Well, actually, a lot of people were calling for Rubio to like run with him, or like Ted Cruz to run with him, because a lot of people were saying that is that like. If he like teamed up with some people, I guess he got into the race like last, and he wasn't like flashy, so like he wasn't.
It's really because he doesn't do anything that gets media attention. He doesn't like CNN has no reason to be like John Kasich said he's got a 9-inch cock. Like he's got nothing that brings in the ratings, so like no one knows about him.
You mean he didn't do like what Trump did and made everybody do the Hitler wave to pledge their vote support?
Yeah, I can't believe that's even real. What was the actual context of that? Like, did he say like everyone lift up your right hands or something?
Yeah, he was at a rally and he was like, everybody raise your right hand who pledges to vote Donald J. Trump for president. So everybody raised their right, and he's supposed to like raise it like a normal person would raise it. Like if you're like a bailiff.
The way the guy angled that photo, it made it look like it was the Hail Hitler shit.
Right. So like like if you're a bailiff, like I swear to tell the truth, and then you get your arm at like a 90. That's what he was supposed to be. But like half the people in the fucking thing were like arms straight up, like Hail Hitler fucking shit, and that was a news thing. I just don't. I mean, like they're already comparing you to Hitler. Like I don't know why you would have anybody do anything with their right hand, but I guess he doesn't give a fuck.
Do you have a link
I
to
guess
that?
He just wants...
I know you sent it to me, right?
Yeah, I did. I sent it to you.
Can you link it again, just because people are gonna ask for it? It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah. Hang on, let me find it.
Did you tweet it? I'm looking at my DMs. I didn't see it.
Did I not? I might have just tweeted it myself. Let me check.
Oh, here it is. I found it.
I tweeted a lot of shit today.
The Hill, yeah.
Yeah, those are definitely... The one guy's got both hands in the air like Trump.
One guy is like straight up just doing the Hitler thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody in the back.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That happened.
Yeah, that one guy in the back with the blue like long sleeve shirt that's like pulled up. It looks like he's just straight up doing the Hail Hitler thing.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, and the guy on the right with the Trump flag on his ass is like doing the Pope like we're not worthy fucking thing too. It's just weird, dude. It's creepy. It's just I guess if you just want media coverage, like that's what you do.
Man, what's crazy though is that like Trump, like he does like some shit that makes me go like I kind of want to vote for him, but like then I like snap out of it immediately. I'm like that's insane. Like tell me I'm not alone on that, right?
So
like, he'll do some
I went
shit
to
and
vote.
You're like, dude,
I went to
vote.
I voted in Virginia, and it was Tuesday, right? When you were your rally was like what a couple days before,
Monday.
And then Monday, okay.
Yeah.
So I was driving over, and it's like a little church right by my house, and I found that I had my voter card. So I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna vote." So I'm driving over there, and I'm like, I'm realizing on my way to the church that I've given no thought into who I was actually going to vote for. So I'm driving over there, and I'm like, "Fuck," because in Virginia, not all states are like this, but in Virginia, it doesn't matter what you're registered, you're pretty much independent. So you can vote for in the Republican or the Democratic.
Yeah, that's why isn't every state like that? That's fucking dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. But like pretty sure in like Florida, if you're a registered Republican, you have to vote in the Republican primary.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's for like forecasting or something. I don't know.
I think it's silly. I think it's just a way to like, help the establishment stay, help them more, I would guess.
Right. Or it might be too. It might be so that like, if someone else was close, like say Hillary would lose easily to Trump, and you're a Republican and you want Trump in, but Trump's going to win Virginia by a landslide. It's to prevent you from going over and voting for Hillary to make sure she's the nominee that runs against the guy that you want to win. That might be what
it's silly. People should be able to vote who they want to. It's fucking dumb.
Right. But anyway, you can't in Virginia. So I'm going over there. And I'm like, well, fuck, because the situation in Virginia, and I didn't even know that. I haven't lived in Virginia that many voting cycles. Actually, I've lived in Virginia for 0 voting cycles, other than Obama. So I was driving over there, and I was like, fuck, I don't even know like which way Virginia leans. And I was like looking, and like Clinton was just blowing away Sanders, but Virginia doesn't award. It's not a winner take all state for delegates, right? So I was driving over there, and I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do? I was like, Trump is gonna win Virginia, hands down. And I was like, Sanders is gonna lose. It's not even gonna be close, right? Sanders is just gonna get destroyed, and it's gonna be Clinton. So I was like, I can't vote for Clinton. If I vote for Sanders, it's gonna go to waste. I don't want Rubio, and I don't want Cruz. So I'm over there like, man, I think I might vote Trump. I think I might do it. And I was like walking in there, and I'm like, man, the guy is just a fucking worm. Like I can't.
Dude, they all are.
Yeah, he is. But
I'm voting for a different worm.
Yeah, and again, I mean, he's not totally that bad, I just like my conscience was just hitting me, and I'm like, if I vote for this guy, like I'm not gonna like feel good about myself. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go in there, I'm just gonna vote for whatever, and I'm just gonna let it fly. So like when they went up there, I almost did it, and they're like, hey, give us, what do you want to vote for in the one? Or I'm like, Democrat. And they're like, okay. So they gave me a little ballot, and I walked in there, and it was like Clinton. And like apparently in Virginia, they had a bunch of people that weren't even in the race. Like they were just on the fucking thing because they didn't take them off. Clinton and Sanders, and I'm like, I can't do it. And I already had the card, and I couldn't change my mind because I just had a split-second decision. So I'm like, fuck it.
Is there any third candidate for the Democrats?
Yeah, there was one, and I forget who it was. It was like
I don't know of any.
O'Malley Mart. It was like an M name.
Whatever. He clearly didn't do very well.
Hang on. Let me Google Democrat candidate.
All I've known, I mean, I know that with the Republicans there was like 28 different candidates at one point, but for the Democrats I've only ever known of 2. But then again, I didn't start keeping up with it.
Martin J. O'Malley. That's what it was. Martin J. O'Malley.
Yeah, I guess everybody realized that like Hillary Clinton's got like the fucking shit locked down pretty hard.
Yeah, she does. But you know what's funny is I was looking at Oh, are you
comfortable saying with who you actually voted for, or you don't want to say that?
I just said I did. I said I felt the burn. Because I couldn't vote for Clinton, and I couldn't change my mind. So I had the card in my hand, and I'm like, well, fuck it, here I am. I'm not voting for Martin O'Malley, and I can't vote for Hillary Clinton. So I'm just going to feel the burn. Maybe I'll give him a couple more delegates.
Yeah.
So I don't know who I'm going to vote for in
between
the actual
Hillary
race.
And Bernie, I'd probably pick Bernie, but
right,
I wouldn't pick those two.
I don't want it to be like that's who I fully stand behind for president when it comes down to the final election, but I was really, really undecided, and I was trying to like, I don't know what I got it there, and I just went with it. So anyway, but then I found out, so talking about like how close Clinton and Sanders are, apparently I was looking at the delegate counts, and are you familiar with what superdelegates are?
Yes.
So if people don't know, a superdelegate is basically like an establishment Democrat. So they're like a governor or a senator or something of the Democratic Party who aren't bound to vote by the voters. Like they can just vote for whoever they want. So apparently, like they have all banded together with the media, and they're overwhelmingly supporting Clinton. So like if you looked at the actual like delegate split for like Bernie and Hillary, it's actually like not that far off. I mean, she's
still far off though.
She's beating him. I'll make that clear. She is beating him, but it's not as big of a difference as when you factor in the superdelegates. Yeah. Which is kind of weird because the Republicans don't do that. They don't have
the problem is though is that she like butt fucked the shit out of him in South Carolina like 80-20. Like,
well, right.
Like, yeah, the superdelegate thing is a little sketchy, but like still, if you're getting blown out 80-20, dog. Shit.
Yeah, but I mean, who knows how he'll do, man? Who knows? You know, I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. He's losing the black vote to a fucking white woman when he marched with Martin Luther King.
What? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Wait, what's crazy about that is I saw this video the other day, and apparently, like Hillary, like shot down like this black. I don't know if she was a feminist or whatever, but she was like somebody that was like. I don't know if she's challenging her points or trying to make a point or something, and Hillary was like, shut up, get off the stage, like, you go run for something. And yet Bernie, like, I don't know, let some black chick just, like, go off
those people,
stage.
Dude. I don't like Hillary Clinton, but fuck those people,
but I mean, like, if you can win the black vote by telling black people, fuck off, I guess you're doing something right. You know what I mean? Like, I guess you can do no wrong if you can do that. Those are my people, apparently.
Yeah.
So, and then, but you know what Bernie did do? That it might turn the table for him, man. Have you seen the boobs for Bernie?
Oh, I heard a lot of people criticizing that or something. Is that actually something he's officially doing, or is that like a fan idea?
I don't know. I think that's I think he hashtagged boobs for Bernie.
Did he really? All right, let me look at that.
I'm pretty sure he did. Let me see his tweet.
Boobs for Bernie.
It looks like he did hashtag it. I don't know.
Breastfeeding moms rally for Bernie Sanders?
Yeah, so like
oh, I was hoping this was better than that.
No. It's not like he's endorsing porn stars. But if he did, I'm sure that he would get a lot more vote. But apparently this chick and like if you watch the video and like look at that baby and the mom, that's definitely somebody that would breastfeed like right in the middle of like thousands of people and not give a fuck. But
Sanders thanks mother for breastfeeding baby at rally.
Yeah, dude, she just decided to fucking whip her can out,
dude,
pluck it right in the little baby's mouth, like row 2.
That's fucking ridiculous. Oh, thank you so much, lady, for doing this right here. I'm not one of those people that's like yeah, I get that that's something you gotta do. Like I understand, but like fucking hell, really? Like that sounds like one of those things. Like maybe you don't. I fucking.
She looks like one of those kind of. And again, I'm with you. Like I'm all
get the
for,
fuck
like,
out of here with that shit. Like you're.
But like, look at
serious?
if you like look at her and like watch the video. Like I'm all for like the rights or whatever. But like when you're just kind of like, she looks like the kind of woman that would do it on stage just to be like,
attention.
I'm here doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it was. Any like respectable person would like at least duck down a little bit. Like,
right.
Yeah. Come on.
I don't know, man.
Like, I'm not one of those people that's like disgusted by it or anything like that. It's just like, you know what you're doing. Like, shut the fuck up. And for him to address it and be like, "You're a fucking hero for doing this." Like, what a joke. Honestly,
Bernie Sanders loses
Zybak's
Zybak's
what a fucking joke
for congratulating.
He loses points for me from that. He does.
But he should do something like that. He should do a legit Moves for Bernie campaign whereby he encourages
that's
attractive
what I heard
females.
about. What I heard
logo.
about was that there was like scantily clad women like holding up like "Feel the Burn" signs or something.
That's amazing.
That's what I heard.
Well, that's a much better story than my story.
Yeah, your story is shit. I'm not gonna. I thought that's what you were gonna go through. Was the
Nope. See, that's what I do. Is I fucking pull up your hopes and then I bring them down. That's what Bernie's gonna do to America.
Dude, seriously.
So I don't know, man. You know what though? Trump did the renege on the thing that you liked him for.
Well,
so
I don't like. All right, let's backtrack. First of all, I don't like him in the sense of like I'm going to vote for him. I just thought that he proposed single. At least you said he reneged on it. So the fact that he was for it kind of surprised me.
Right.
Or I guess
we're talking for clarity. We're talking about single payer healthcare.
Yeah.
He totally went full on Republican, and he was like, "See this? This is the thing that makes me know that Trump just fucking he'll just be saying whatever.
Yeah,
he just wants to win.
That's no one cares.
Just wants to win. That's it. He doesn't give a shit. All his things are like negotiating fucking things,
and everything's gonna be great.
Everything's gonna be great. Everything's gonna be huge.
Huge.
People say this is a problem, and I know it, and we're gonna bring America make
that. And there's dumb people. The people that are running our country are dumb.
Yep, they're all dumb.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be the greatest. It's gonna be greater than ever. It's gonna be huge.
You know what though? If he does get elected, just think of all the memes that are gonna come out, and all of the like.
Dude, that's what I was campaigning for down there, bro.
Just
I was fighting the fight for the memes.
For the memes. As long as we got memes, that's all we need, really.
Obviously, a lot of people agree, considering how many pictures I took with people.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Well, what was funny about that is that the pro-Trump people liked it and the anti-Trump people liked it, and no one knew what it was.
People don't even know what the fuck they like. All they know is you're there with a sign. That means you're supporting Trump.
Well, I stood with the protesters too.
Oh, did you really?
There was a protester line, and I stood with them, and they're like, "Yeah!" And then I went and stood with the pro-Trump people, and they're like, "Yeah!" And I took pictures with both, and they were both incredibly happy.
Can do no wrong.
Yeah! Everyone rallied around the dank memes.
I guess.
I thought it was... Dude, honestly, I had a fucking blast. I cannot believe I'm saying that I had a fucking blast at a Trump
really
rally.
wish I would have went with you. I went to work.
If there's another one, we better fucking go. If it's, like, remotely close, or if it's, like, somewhere in the middle, we should go. I kept my Make America Dank Again poster. And it's, like, high quality. It's, like, on, like...
I'm gonna brainstorm the shit out of something else to bring,
well,
and I'm gonna get Trump.
Well, I had an idea. I had one that said I was gonna make another one called that said "Deport all normies." Are you familiar with what a normie is?
Kind of, sorta. I can make a guess.
So on 4chan, they call people that are like normal people that aren't weird and aren't like turbo internet 4chan autistic retards. They call those people normies. So like anyone that lives a normal life.
Right.
So
that's what I figured.
I have another idea is to have the angry Pepe frog, and then it's saying "Deport all normies." I think that'd be another good one.
Yeah, that would definitely get. I mean, if fucking his supporters will like be like, "Oh, Trump said it, it must be right," when talking about like Hitler quotes, then I'm sure that they would get behind your normies thing too.
Yeah,
they'd be like, "I don't know what a normie is, but we need them out of the we need them out of the country. They're the problem. We need them out.
We should do that shit."
Yeah,
I bet he'll have to do another one in Virginia, right? I mean, if he does win the
yeah, I think so. Bernie did one in Norfolk.
I don't want to go to a Bernie dude. That
that would
the
just
only
be a
reason I would
jerk.
go is just to shit talk people.
Right.
Like that's one of those things where I'd honestly be like.
But see, the problem with a Bernie Sanders rally is that whatever sign you make that's obviously making fun of either the people or the situation is going to be met with intense SJW fucking critique.
Dude,
it's not going to be like, woo, that's fucking great. It's going to be like, how dare you try to undermine what we're trying to do in our political revolution?
All of the Trump people, like, I mean, yeah, there was that like screaming match that the protesters and the Trump people got into. But like, other than that, like, everybody was cool as fuck. Like, I had a fucking blast at this thing. So,
how many minorities did you see?
What?
How many minorities did you see in the Trump flag?
Dude, there was a black guy with the Trump flag.
Okay, there was a black guy. Other than the one black guy
that was
who was trying to make money selling Trump merchandise.
No, there was another black guy, too.
So there was two.
I saw two.
Okay.
Out of 18,000.
Yeah, but you're in Radford, Virginia, so I guess...
well, there were the Black Lives Matter people there, but they weren't exactly supporting.
Right, exactly. That's what I said. Pro-Trump people. Like, there's two.
So, there wasn't two. There was only one. The one guy was just selling the merchandise.
Did you see where he, apparently he just, like, preemptively escorted out a group of, like, 30 black students? Because he, like, I guess he thought that they were going to make him, like, issues or, like...
Probably right.
Well...
Probably right.
Yeah.
I mean, do you really think there's just, like, yes, we're the Legion of African Americans for Trump? So, like, no.
Right, but, so you're kind of at a fucking, like, crossroads, right? Like, so there's 30 peaceful black students just hanging out at your rally. Haven't said shit. They're just standing there in a group.
He knows,
and you know you're Donald Trump, so you're not that stupid. So you know they're gonna give you mad shit. So do you just fucking say, fuck it, take the hit on your fucking rep and just escort them out preemptively, or do you let them do their thing? Trump was like, fuck it, I'm not going down. Get the fuck out.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
Trump was like, you guys look sketch. You're gone. I guess you could do that when you're Trump, and no one cares because that didn't really make news. God damn it.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
alright,
man.
go on, sorry. You just made me laugh.
What do you mean? About what?
The no one cares shit. It's so true.
Cares.
It's
He
so
just
fucking
preemptively
true.
discriminated a whole group of students. And no one gives a shit.
No one cares.
Except
Spit up water
John Oliver.
everywhere, dude.
Except John Oliver, who like fucking crucified Trump in his video. Again,
But no one cares.
No one cares. I hope he does. I'll tell you this right now: if it comes down to fucking Ted Cruz and Donald Trump, I'm voting Trump. I can't in good conscience vote a guy who eats his own booger on live TV. You can either vote. You can vote for the fucking.
What about Narco Rubio?
Or you can vote for the guy who fucking defends his dick size. I'm voting for dick size Donald every fucking time. What about Rubio? Rubio's done, dude.
Yeah, I don't like either of them.
Rubio just won Puerto Rico. Like, fucking grats, bro. Grats. You
What?
fucking won. You won a fucking...
Puerto Rico?
Yeah. Puerto Rico's a U.S. territory. And I think they're allowed
I didn't know that was a thing.
I think so. Wait a minute.
Well, I know it's U.S. territory. I know they
Did
like.
I just get fucking like trolled? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Wait, I don't know about that. I don't know if Puerto Rico has any delegates,
hang
bro.
Hang on, dude. I just read. Maybe I just got fucking epically trolled, bro. Hang on.
Yeah, you might have. I've never heard of that.
Let's read some shit. Hang on. Rubio, Puerto Rico. This is on CNN, dude. Marco Rubio wins Puerto Rico primary.
I didn't know that was a thing. Surely that can't be that many delegates.
23. I guess they get to vote, which is kind of weird. How are they not being forced to be made a state when they can vote?
I don't know.
Yeah, dude. Apparently,
Guess
it's
Swifty
legit.
put him on the map, bro.
I don't really give a shit as much about Rubio's 23 delegates as I do being glad that I didn't get trolled on the internet.
Yeah,
Make
really.
a jackass of myself.
I didn't know that was a thing. Guess
Yeah,
I'll
he
be
won
the ignorant.
74%. Trump had 14%, and Ted Cruz had 9% in Puerto Rico.
Shit.
Apparently, this says NBC News has an article or a headline that says "Decision Puerto Rico 2016," like it's a big deal.
Think anyone gives a fuck?
No one gives a shit. Yeah. You know who gives a shit about me though? Lately,
Who?
sex bots on Twitter. I guess the stories.
I've been getting those a decent amount too.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot lately. I guess my stories that half the people think are made up, apparently, are getting me some good sex bots on the Hive Mind podcast, which had like 2,500 views, man, the last one.
Yeah, people are liking them, dude. I think it's catching on. Yeah, I'm looking at the analytics and people are liking them. Like, yeah, this one, our most recent one got 2,500 on just YouTube, and it gets a few hundred on SoundCloud and iTunes and all that shit as well. So,
Does that mean that it's time for me to tell a story about what happened to me? I can tell a
Sure.
good story. You ready
you
for a
got
story?
one?
This actually happened this week. So, as part of my job, I go to industrial plants and power companies and chicken plants and NASA. I might have mentioned this on this show a while ago. So I was at a really big account, and I can't say which one because then somebody will find out what I do and where I was, and then I'll get in trouble. But I was at a really big industrial company, like a really, really big one. You would certainly know their name. They make a lot of household products. And I was going there. I'm new to this account. I just took it over like a month ago. And I was going to like this powerhouse. So it's like a shop where all these like workers hang out and they get their tools and like parts and shit and they go fix things at the plant, right? So I'm heading in. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning and I'm got to go in and I got to find this area where they have all of our product. So I'm trying to find this place. I go in this side door that apparently no one goes in because that's not really a door people use, but I didn't know how any other way to get in there because this is my first time there, right? So like I look around and there's like 3 dudes like hanging out at a table in the middle of the room, and I look down. This is like, again, 10 o'clock in the morning, public work workspace, right? I look down and there's a guy sitting in the chair, like right next to the door, like kind of like 5 feet to my left. He's got his feet kicked up on like a table, and a huge like 6'4" black guy, big black, probably like 300 pounds, 6 foot, massive dude. Probably was a linebacker in the NFL. And I look on his coveralls, and his name is on his coverall. It's probably not his name, but on his coveralls it says Bones. So I mean, this is a dude like you don't want to fuck with, right? I look down and I look over his shoulder because he's like facing like the middle of the space, right? What do you think I see when I look over his shoulder?
Huge black cock. I don't know.
Yes, actually.
What?
It was on his phone. It was on his phone. He had his phone in his hand, kicked back, watching a like probably 200-pound black chick with a huge afro ride a dude's dick. A big black cock, hardcore porn. 10 o'clock in the morning, just fucking hanging out, kicked back in a chair, like dudes are going about their shit. He's just taking a $5 watching hardcore porn in the corner.
Sounds like a union job.
Yeah, this is a union facility, actually.
Dude, that's how it is.
So I'm standing there and I'm like, all right, that guy, that's weird. And I was like, number one, it's weird because it's not weird to watch porn, right? It's weird to watch porn without beating it and just like, because what is he watching it for? There's not like a plot or anything. He's just watching like an afro chick ride a big black cock. That's all he's like. That's his leisure activity, which is fucking weird. So like, I'm like standing there and I'm like, I don't know what to do, right? Because like, obviously, if I make any noise, this guy's gonna know that I'm like creeping over his shoulder. So I'm like, I just gotta fucking head up and just like barrel past him and like pretend that I didn't see it. And I walk past him real quick, head up, and I just see him like click his phone and put it in his pocket and stand up. Then I was like, that is the biggest dude I've ever seen. His name was Bones. Yeah, that happened to me.
Dude, that's like how union shit is. It's
It used
crazy.
to happen to me in the Navy a lot. Like not porn, but like we were doing like in the Navy, like dudes just do dumb shit. Like it just happens. Like I was on a minesweeper, which is a really small ship, and like we were doing an inspection with the captain of the boat, right? This fucking CO, and there's a little locker that powered. I used to minesweepers have this like submarine thing that's actually on the ship that they plunk off the side of the ship and it goes and blows up mines. Well, the maintenance shop for that thing is on the side. You can only get to it on the side of the ship, and there's only one door, so you have to like go out. Like it's kind of remote, right? We're doing an inspection. We go over there, we throw open the door, and one of my lead maintenance tech is like in there, and he like and like we don't even know. I don't even really notice it because we just open the door. He like like his feet, like shuffles up to like the desk area, and he's just standing upright. And we're like looking around at stuff and like, doing an inspection, obviously. And he's like, "Hey, sir." And I'm like, so I'm like, "Hey, Matt." I was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you standing weird?" And he's like, actually, if you guys, yeah, he's like, "Fuck, you got me." Turns around and there's a fucking rag like suspended in midair off his fucking dick. Like, I don't know why he didn't. Dude, you just catch people doing weird shit in the fucking Navy. You catch them beating off and stuff, but I just didn't expect it at a major industrial account at 10 o'clock in the morning. Just dude showing
my dad, when he went down to do a GM plant, this was like 30 years ago, he said that there was literally prostitutes in the bathroom with like the union workers. Like he asked, he's like, "Hey, is this the bathroom?" And he's like, and some dude stopped him and was like, "You can't go in there right now." And he's like, "Why not?" He's like, "There's prostitutes back there." And this is in a fucking GM plant.
Oh yeah. Well, it doesn't. Well, that's a little odd.
Like no one did anything. Like it was just. I mean, that's part of the reason why GM got out of Detroit, is because like the unions just got fucking
prostitutes.
Absurd.
Prostitutes at the facility.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess, man. Again, I just think I've never like straight faced it, watched porn in the middle.
Yeah, I don't get those.
I've had porn come on. Like I've been on my phone for something and I've like clicked on my phone.
Do you ever look at the porn comments? The people that leave comments on porn videos?
No.
That shit
I
is
usually
get
in
weird.
and get out with porn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you ever like look at the comments because you're like you want to figure out who this chick is, and then there's like some guy like writes her fucking autobiography in the comments, and you're like, "Wow, you're a weird dude," but I appreciate that.
Nope.
That shit is pretty weird.
I did find out that
porn connoisseurs, they're like know everything. It's just like, well, how do you even go about learning this? It's not like there's like a database for this shit.
No, I mean I've found out some things about some porn stars. Actually, Rochelle Ryan. I don't know if you know who that is.
No.
She's like a ghetto-ish kind of Italian porn star.
That's why I don't
Giants
know.
Fan. But she's from Richmond, actually, and one of my coworkers actually used to do like hot yoga with her. So like, he's like, "Hey, you need to go check out Rochelle Ryan." She's actually like not a small time, like she's actually a pretty decent sized, like popularity wise, porn star. But I don't know. Do people find out weird shit? Like fucking that one viewer of our fucking podcast, like Tindered Blondie Wandy, apparently.
Yeah.
So
yeah, somebody sent me like her entire fucking like info, like her like docs, and I was like, all right, well I don't need
picture
this.
of her driver's license, a photograph in her window from a tree branch.
Let me find it. Some dude sent it to me in a private Facebook message.
Really?
Not even kidding. Let me find it.
What do you mean by her docs?
Like where she lives, like all her shit. It's nothing too good.
It's just all of her social.
No, it's not like
fucking...
It's nothing too crazy.
And she's 22 apparently.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! So while you're looking that up,
oh, I got it.
I found the hot. Oh, wait, okay. What are you sending me?
It's nothing too good. It does have her first and last name and like how old she was at the time this was leaked. Shit like that.
Where the shit did that guy get that from?
I don't know, dude. But
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I was like, wow, thanks for this. I don't need this.
Let me try this Facebook page. Oh, well. Anyway, apparently she's 19.
I think that was I think that this is old.
Oh, is it?
I don't know.
Well, the
Whatever.
one guy who said he Tindered her said she was like 22.
That would make sense. That would be closer to what I would guess, but
dude, I want you to know that I've been watching some new TV lately, and I think I found the hottest chick I've ever seen in media or like TV, music. I think this is the hottest chick I've ever seen. Are you ready for this?
sure.
She's the chick that plays she plays in Lucifer, which is like a new show on TV. Her name's Lauren German.
Like Grman?
Yeah, I posted a picture in the Skype thing. But dude, fucking, I don't know what it is about that chick, but to me, she is like a total fucking smoke show. Maybe if she had bigger hoots, but I'm just gonna say I think she's the hottest chick I've ever seen.
Let me Google image around here. Yeah, she's pretty hot.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any. Yeah. I just wanted to share that with you because I
might be able to one up you though.
Really?
You know who Alice Eve is?
No, that sounds like a porn star.
No, it's not. It's actually a real person.
Definitely sounds
a
like
real person. Wow, that's a little degrading.
Wait, why?
I just referred to porn stars as not real people. Like, you didn't get that? Never mind. Fucking whatever.
Nope.
Here's a YouTube video.
Okay.
This is her on Conan.
Okay.
Pretty fucking good.
I've seen that chick before.
Yeah, she was in Star Trek. That's the last thing I saw her in.
See, you got a different taste than me. You've got like that. You're definitely like a blonde dude, right?
No.
So
no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every chick that you think is hot is blonde.
No, dude, I'm into redheaded chicks. That's like my
really?
thing. Yeah.
Why? I mean, like Christina. What's that fucking chick's name?
The one that's on Mad Men.
Christina Hendricks.
Yeah.
Oh, like that? Okay.
I mean, she's like, yeah, she's obviously hot, but I don't know. I like she has red hair. I think I like it. I dig it.
All right. Well, hey,
but
man,
I don't hate on anything. I'll be honest. I take what I can get. I don't get too fucking picky.
Yeah, you can't get picky, especially.
No, I'm not picky at all.
No. What I'm saying is you can't get picky because people in our comment section will critique your picture. Someone's like, for a fat, ugly black guy, you sure do have strong opinions on white women. Okay.
Oh, I mean, that's typical.
Listen, I will beat you with my fucking 13-pound fucking hamcock in the face. That's what I'll do.
I like how you responded to that one guy saying, "I'm gonna enjoy your tax dollars," or some shit.
I want to read that. I want to read this conversation. I'll just read the whole thing.
Yeah, dude. I laughed so hard.
So he starts off with, half the stuff Mr. Blackman says is probably from pornography and or untrue. Also, an ugly black guy critiquing white females' attractiveness is laughable. And I said, number one, all true. Number two, if you say the word black, you're racist. Racist. And then he says, I guess we're both racist then. And I said, no way, I like the white meat. And he says, oh, this guy definitely votes Trump, by the way. He says, a lot of black men apparently do. Black chicks are chronically single, which is honestly pretty racist, but whatever. And then I said,
true.
Black guys have the biggest dicks. I'm like, one-linering. He goes, in most cases, yes, black men do have rather massive dongs. Okay. I guess in your experience.
Apparently that's incorrect. Apparently that's not completely true.
Right. He goes, white men, though, have this is so racist. White men have intelligence, looks, and decent-sized schlongs. Hard to compete. I'm like, it won't matter. We outcompete for mates with our superior athletic prowess and elephantesque phallus, and will breed ourselves into a majority. We already started with the Kardashians. Your sisters and daughters will soon follow. And he says, 100% blacks are actually going extinct, which I don't know where the fuck he got that from. That's not true at all. He says 70% of black women are single, and they refuse to date outside of their race. And black men date outside of their race at a high rate. So I humbly disagree with the majority statement. Being that blacks are a minority in America, your mixed children are more likely to breed with Caucasians and thus will be reabsorbed back into the general white populace, which fuck that means either. Whatever black caste percentile your children's children will be, it'll be quite small. And no, my family is entirely European. Our daughters and sisters won't. We like our culture and way of life. And I said, this is after I talked to you about this for a little bit. I'm like, I'm getting out of this. I'm like, I concede defeat. Excuse me while I go spend your hard-earned tax dollars on weed, Kanye West's ideas, and overpriced shoes. Deuces. And he goes, enjoy. I'm not paying for it.
Yeah.
And people are like giving him support, dude. All these like likes on every one of his like little things. Oh my god, that was really fun. That was really fun for me.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I could have done that probably all fucking day. And I want you to know that like that is the single biggest joy in my life.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit at all.
It's probably the biggest joy in my life is just doing shit like that to people that are making ridiculous points.
I can't believe that he said some of the things he said.
Totally racist shit. It's so racist. I don't. I'm just making jokes.
White people are going extinct. I think we're all just gonna end up being like
fucking
really
mocha.
Nicely tanned.
Exactly, dude. We're all fucking mocha, dude. That's what it's gonna be. But yeah, whatever.
I wish I was kind of mocha because fuck, dude. I hate being
you want a bigger
pasty.
dick, don't you? You want a bigger dick. Don't lie.
I mean, I'd take another half inch.
Okay.
Another half inch. Maybe an inch. I don't know. It depends. I like the smaller girls though, so.
Right, but it's more fun to use.
You can't
the big
go
dick
all the way in.
Girl.
It's not fun.
Right, but you don't want like 4 or 5 inches of fucking dry. Because like you watch.
No, that's why I said a half inch.
Right, you watch some of these videos of like fucking Mandingo slaughtering like fucking little Emily. You know what I mean? It's like, number one, that she's probably in pain, and number two, like, dude, you can only put in like the first fucking like 5 inches anyway. Like the other 46 inches of your fucking anaconda is just like dry dick. Can't feel good for you. You need to like balls slapping on ass, and you're not getting that done. It's too big.
Yeah, they're too big to fail.
Too big. Too big. Oh man. You know what else happened to me? Or actually, it happened to my wife's a registered nurse, and she recently. That's why we're selling our house. We're actually gonna get a little smaller place because she's part time now. We had the baby.
Yep.
So she just started in this like post baby delivery unit where like they had the kid, so it's like the mom.
They put them in like the fucking hyperbolic chambers or whatever.
No, they only do that for like the little crazy alien like underweight ones. They don't do that for like normal.
Oh, they did that for all of them, where they just like put them in those little things where they were getting their shots and shit.
No, they put them in a little like bed, but it's not like a hyperbaric chamber. It's just like a little heat bed where they like.
You didn't catch how I said hyperbolic, like the fucking Captain America shit?
No, I didn't.
Damn it.
But yeah, so apparently she walks in there to this family, and they give them like the new moms. They give them like the fucking coaching on like how to do like the breastfeeding and how to swaddle, and like people don't know anything about babies. They just have them, right? Like so they need to like coach them on shit. So apparently she walks in to this new family, and like all the families there, they just had a baby. She goes in to take care of them, and like this fucking new baby going to town sucking on the grandma's titties. Just like full on like, and then they're like, she's like, what the, and like apparently the mom.
The grandma didn't have her titties out, did she?
Oh yeah, tits out, baby going to town,
what?
sucking on him.
Wait,
yeah, and
is that legal?
Well, I mean, like I'm sure like both of them weren't out at the same time, but like one can was definitely out.
Wait,
in the baby.
The grandma who didn't have the baby.
Correct. Did not have the baby. Had her tit out, and the baby was sucking on it. And she's like, what? And the grandma's like, well, she's asleep. The mom was asleep. So her idea, she thought it would be a good idea to get the baby practice breastfeeding.
What the fuck?
So she goes in there, and this baby's just like sucking on her fucking withered fucking sweet potato fucking t-shirt ham. Dude. Just like not getting any milk.
That's got to be like illegal, man.
I don't think it's illegal, bro.
I don't know. It's getting there.
It's fucking weird, but I don't know if it's like illegal. What are you gonna arrest a grandma for? Like, I guess you could.
Yeah, yeah.
It's definitely weird.
That's definitely a little fucked up.
It's weird. So that happened. She has weird shit that happens to her. Like I went there when she was about to have our daughter. I went there and I had brought her food, and like I didn't stay like the whole time where she was like getting up ready to like. I don't mean it like that. I mean like she had to go to the hospital to get like checked out and shit. So I like brought her food, and I had to go home to like take care of something. And I was coming back. There was like this crazy like dude with like a fucking robe on, like a hospital gown, and the gown only covers your front, right? So like, yeah. I get in the elevator to go down, and this dude like dings the bell, walks in, turns around, and just stares at the door, like ass out, just ass just there, and I'm like, what the fuck? And he just like wanders, and then I hear like the little hospital like alarm thing going off for an escaped patient. The dude just tried to do like peace out from the hospital. Like weird shit happens at hospitals, dude.
Yeah,
it's crazy. So. Yeah, that happened.
Anyway, you want to shit talk Bernie Sanders a little bit? Now that it's like a typical thing we do now.
I don't know. So, do you have anything where you can specifically shit talk him, or is it just in general? Or what do you got?
So, do you know he's only worth $500,000? That's his net worth.
Okay, that's a lot more than my net worth.
Yeah, but you don't make $174,000 a year as a senator for 16 years, and you're also not 74 years old.
Yeah, but
dude, that's embarrassing.
Yeah,
that's
I don't know,
embarrassing.
Man. I don't know, dude. Like how much? Well,
he makes $174,000 as a senator every year. He's been a senator for 16 years, and he's 74, and he's only worth $500,000.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, there could be a lot of reasons for that. You don't know where money he gives away. I mean, let me concede that yes,
dude, that's embarrassing.
At face value, like, what does he do with it? Like, he doesn't obviously fucking snort it because he's 70. So, yeah, what does he do with it then? Like, he's got to do something with it. Does he give it away? Does he fucking spend it on like? He's like skinny.
I was looking up like if he has like crazy charitable like contributions, and no, it's like this is like a fucking mystery to everyone. Why the fuck he's so broke? And I mean, he's not broke, obviously. I mean, he's worth $500,000, which is still fucking embarrassing if you're making $174,000 a year for 16 years, not even counting his like previous income he's had. I mean, dude.
I mean, I guess until you can actually pinpoint why he's only worth that much money, because I mean, it could be like I said, dude, it could be a lot of things. You never know.
Other than just like and I feel like this would be more well known if he was literally giving like 90% of his money away to charity. I feel like that would be like something we would know about,
right?
But the fact that
his tax returns would say it too.
Yeah, but the fact that this is like the fact that it's not that, like, what could it be? Like, what possible excuse could he have?
Prostitutes. I mean, legitimately, I don't know. He could like give money to his kids. He could just have a ridiculous house that sucks up a lot of his money.
He doesn't, though.
He could have, I don't know, cars. He could have failed investment. I mean, they could have a lot of things, dude. I don't know.
I mean, I can see the failed investments, but like, what the fuck?
I don't know,
dude,
man.
That's like
3
years.
Mean, so
he makes more than that in 3 fucking years.
I have coworkers that make probably close to 150, probably 135 to 150. And their spouse works, so I'd say combined they probably make close to that.
Yeah.
And their 401ks, I mean, after being at our company for 35 years or 40 years or whatever, I mean, their 401ks are worth about $1 million. So, I mean, that's only like 500 more thousand than Bernie.
Yeah, but are they 74 years old?
Yeah, they're 70. So I mean, I don't know if there's necessarily
but this is his net worth. They have $1 million in just that 401k. That's not counting their house, their cars, all their other shit. His entire net worth is $500,000.
Well, then
everything.
Then I would say you probably are missing something about where his money's going. Because I mean, It's like fucking calories, right, bro? It's like
apparently
calories.
it's legit because I guess senators have to put out their tax, like they have to like somehow. Apparently, that's something politicians have to do.
Then maybe he just gives his money away without reporting it. But I mean,
but
it's like fucking calories,
that would
bro.
Be like a campaign
calories
thing.
in equals calories out. It's got to go somewhere. He doesn't fucking eat it. He doesn't shove it up his ass. Like, so
I just can't believe he is not worth more than that. Like this motherfucker's talking about how he's flying coach. It's because he fucking can't afford to fly anything.
Well, I mean, you're also dealing with a guy whose platform is, we're gonna go after the rich and we're gonna fucking blah blah blah. So you don't know if he doesn't have some fucking Grand Cayman's bank account or some offshore shit where all his money is.
Troubling that this guy is going to be running our fucking economy if he becomes president when he's making $174,000 a year for 16 years, and he's 74. 74, just $174,000 for 16 years. That's a lot of money. That's not counting all of his other shit he's done.
Yeah, no. Well, actually, talking about like, did you see that? Well, Fox News, like their big thing criticizing Trump during the debate was the rating of Trump University, like the Better Business Bureau rating. So they're like, he's like, oh, it was a great investment, blah blah blah. You know, had a great rating, and someone's like, well, it was actually the Better Business Bureau rated it a D, and Trump's like, nah, that got changed. It wasn't a D. And they're like, no, it says right here it was a D. And they were like throwing it in his face. Well, apparently, like on a commercial break, the Better Business Bureau faxed over the fucking rating of Trump University, and it was an A. Like, he was right. It actually did get re-rated like an A.
Wow.
And like Fox News just didn't bother to correct their fucking thing.
Yeah, they're doing everything they can to try to fucking put Trump under the bus, and it's just no one cares. Nobody. It could be a fucking F. It could be a G. Something that doesn't even exist, and people would not care.
I think he's gonna need to up the ante, though. I think he's been so shocking that like I think he's gonna start to lose appeal to like I think he's gonna have to up the ante somehow. He's gonna have to talk about his dick. Or he's gonna have to take out his dick to prove it at some point.
That would be fucking great.
Yeah.
If Donald Trump actually pulled out a schlong, he's got like some like 9-inch fucking.
Just fucking some like vanilla fucking hammer of a schlong. He calls it the Trumper.
I bet he would get so many fucking votes if he actually had this huge cock.
Just pulls out his. What if it's really, really fucking? He just pulls it out and it's like embarrassing. I don't think that would be good. I don't think he should pull it out.
I don't think he would pull it out then.
Right.
But if he did, that'd be fucking hilarious. If it really came down to that, like Rubio's giving him shit. Like, I don't know, Donald, you got these small hands. He's like, fuck it. And just does it right there.
So this other guy or girl posted this on our last podcast. This is a comment. It says, I like Hillary and think she'd be the most reasonable president. She is shady and lies, but her experience, connections, expertise, and ideals match what this country needs. Bernie is great, but too much for the state of the country. America's good right now. We don't need drastic changes. So she's really shady and lies, but she's what we need. We need that.
Like, I'm not laughing at the guy. Like, I'm not laughing at him or whoever it is. Like, because it's just funny that, like, it comes down to that. Or it's just like, well, this person is the best, despite the fact that they're shady and they lie. But other than that, perfect political candidate.
If you guys don't read the comments in our fucking videos, I encourage it. Because here's another one. Yeah, I'm just going to go through a couple of these right now because it's good stuff. Borderlands MMO, blah, gayest thing I've heard all week. And then my response was, because I mean, this is about our last show.
Yeah.
Gayer than sucking a cock for money. And then he goes, I'm going to have to say in some ways it is. Because mechanically Borderlands is not much of an RPG and it's a shooter and blah, 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 blah. So, because mechanically it's a shooter, not an RPG, that's somehow gayer than me sucking a dick for dollar bills.
Oh, here's one. Dopamean shits in the shower and ejaculates on dogs, but won't suck a dick for $100K.
Oh, I can't even remember my stance on that, but I think
I'll suck it, I just won't swallow. Okay, maybe I will.
Right, exactly. Oh man, it's good stuff. You guys should read these comment sections. There's the occasional bring Dante back comment. You should have him back on just like once,
No,
just to
I'm
see
not
how
against it. I'm not
to
against
see how
it.
we all
He's
do.
just, he's got like that IRL shit going on, and I don't know, just got real down in the fucking dumps there for a while, and I don't know, it just wasn't making for a good show in my opinion, and people seem to be liking this format a lot more.
Yeah, but I'll be on it, and then if he starts saying some shit that's ridiculous, then I'll just say some shit that'll probably get him really
I'm gonna
angry.
wait for him to hopefully get his like real life shit figured out.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully that happens.
I'm pretty sure he would hate me within like the first 5 minutes.
I don't think so.
No? All right.
Why would he?
No, I'm just saying, because if he starts saying some dumb shit about like calories, and if I say that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, when he started saying it was scientifically proven that calories in versus calories out doesn't work, and I was like, actually, it's like the other way around. It's like impossible for that not to be true. You have to be some sort of like perpetual motion device.
Well, the only thing about, just to make it a little side point about that argument about the calories thing, the only part that you should concede or have to concede is the fact that you don't really ever know your basal metabolic rate. So you can never truly know calories out. The only thing you know is calories in. So
those fucking calculators are pretty goddamn close.
How do you know?
If you undercut the fucking BMR, like you're gonna lose weight. Like there's no way you won't, because
you have to be conservative. That's the thing. You have to be conservative.
Yeah.
Because if you're just a sloth and you fucking just sit in your chair,
the base metabolic rate factors in you like sitting in a room that is like your body temperature, not moving an inch. Like it is the fucking like absolute pinnacle of doing nothing.
No, I got it. But I'm saying on your metabolic rate on top of that is other things like your activity level and all kinds of things. And if you just don't eat very much, like if you eat like 250 calories a day, your metabolism is going to slow down. So that's the only point that you have to make with the calories argument, is that calories out does fluctuate. So you have to be super conservative. Like, yeah, if you're only eating
the way I do it is I try to eat less than, so what you're supposed to do is calculate your BMR, right? And then you multiply that by like 1.1 to 1.8, depending on how active you are. So what I do is I just eat less than the fucking BMR. So like me just existing in some sort of like weird chamber that's like perfect body temperature for me, I burn like 2,200 calories a day. So I'll eat like fucking 1,500 and the shit just flies off me.
Right. No, I got it. Did you see that dude came back from space and he was like all whacked out because he'd been in space like a full year.
It's gotta fuck with your brain and stuff, I think.
You imagine like beating it in space, because like things do weird things in space. Like you can wring out a washcloth and the water just kind of like sits on it because of the surface tension.
It's gotta have like some long-term health effects on you for doing that for that long.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah,
like it's gotta fuck with your brain, like, and just all your organs probably just do fucked up shit under no gravity like that, or low gravity, I guess.
I wonder if you just like beat it and you like forcibly like ejaculate in space. I wonder if your ejaculate would just keep going. So like if you like beat it out the window of the fucking space station, if that shit would just go and go and go and finally just like burn up en route to the sun.
Well, it would freeze like instantly, so.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess in space. Yeah, but then you'd have like a little fucking.
What?
You'd have like a little.
Maybe shit.
No, maybe means.
Squirting out.
No, that means I concede your point. It doesn't mean it may or may not do that. It means, all right, I got you. But then you'd have like a little like fucking jizz ice cube that's like flying around space, I guess. A frozen colony of Zybak children that fucking got shot out the window of the space station.
What if that colony lands on another planet and that's what populates that planet?
That's what we need. That's what we need. That's what we need. And then there was the guy on the comments that did not like you critiquing gauged ears.
I was actually going to talk about that. This dude called me a fucking... let me find it. I put it in my notes.
Piece of shit.
No,
they didn't use that words, but that's what they meant.
No, he called me a bigot. A bigot for not liking people with gauges. So apparently if you have a disagreeing opinion, you're a bigot.
Did you see the...
Like that's like the most opinion-based thing. Like, I just don't like when people put shit in their face. Bigot.
Did you see? Did you see the Facebook thing I linked to you where like the dude got pissed off because he had like some really big retarded gauged ear, and someone just fucking came up behind him and padlocked that shit and took off.
I have a feeling that's probably one of those things that isn't actually true. That some guy just posted on Facebook.
I've heard of that a lot, dude. I've heard of that a lot. Is that like people will come up and fucking? I've actually heard of that happening. It was.
That's why you shouldn't do that shit. You fucking. It's dumb. It's just
kind of funny though.
First of all, it looks dumb, and second of all, it's like you're like giving yourself like a weak point.
Your vulnerability.
Yeah, you're creating a vulnerability.
Your
it's
Death
like
Star fucking reactor.
Yeah, like when I was in high school, these two black chicks got into a fight, and one of them ripped the other girl's earrings out, like straight down, and like cut the fucking ear straight down, like in two parts. Just like, God damn.
So like your whole thing against gauged ears would be removing your physical vulnerability in case you were to get into an
Well, it looks dumb, and it's the physical. Like they don't allow people in the army if your fucking gauges are too big.
Well, right, because they don't want you fucking crawling through the jungles of Vietnam and getting your fucking stupid gauged ear snagged on.
Exactly, it's like fucking stupid. It's so goddamn dumb.
You can't wear contacts either when you're at OCS in the Navy, or I'm pretty sure like basic. They make you wear like these big goofy fucking plastic glasses. Yeah, they call them BCGs, birth control glasses. They look really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I actually wore when I went to
That makes
OCS,
sense. Contacts are fucking retarded. Well, no, they're not retarded. They're just like they can be retarded. They fall out. They get shit in them. It's, you know.
Yeah, so I actually had for a while I wore blue contacts. Don't ask why. I just did.
Wait, ones that like color your eyes?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
you're a fucking fag.
Shut up.
Jesus.
I was younger. And
that's so gay.
Like you haven't done some fucking stupid shit.
No, I have never done anything like that.
You basically have a fucking
that is so gay.
In your fucking picture on Hive mine fucking shit. Listen. That's not the point. I did it. It's over. I'm gonna tell a story about it.
That might be gayer than sucking dick for money.
I got in a lot of shit, dude. Yeah, actually probably is a little gayer than sucking dick for money. I was like, you know how you never want to be like the guy? You know what I mean? Like that guy. At Navy OCS, like I was definitely...
That guy that wears blue contacts? Oh my god.
Dude, I got in so much trouble.
At first, I thought you meant blue contacts as like a brand of contacts.
Oh, no. No, blue ones. Definitely blue ones.
Were they like natural blue, or was it like one of those things where you look like some sort of alien freak? With like
no,
these
like a fucking Siberian husky. No, they were like natural blue. So we was actually walking there. I had lost a bunch of weight to get into the Navy, and it was like the first day, and like you have to run like an physical fitness test where like you first get there and you have to like do baseline shit just to make sure that you're not like gonna fucking just die. So I'm running like the 1.5 mile run that. Do you run a lot? Do you run at all? Like, do you run?
A little bit, yeah. Not regularly though. My
what would you
cardio
run
is
the
still
mile
pretty shit.
in?
When I was in shape and played football and shit,
Sure.
I think I ran it in like around 7 minutes.
Okay, so in the physical fitness test in the Navy, I think the bare minimum you're gonna fail if you don't, is like 12 minutes and something seconds for OCS when you first get there. Depending on your age and some shit like that. I think mine was like 12-15. So I'm running it, and like that was a stretch for me, like when I was fat. Like that just didn't happen. So I had to get in like a little bit of better shape to be able to do that. So I'm running around the track, and the fucking drill instructors are standing there, and we haven't formally met them yet. Because they like, you first get there, you don't get introduced to them until like the 3rd or 4th day. So I hear them just standing there, and I knew it was them, and I was like the last one running around this fucking track, right? Because everyone else had finished it in like, I don't know, fucking like 8 minutes. And we're like in the 11th minute. I'm like in the home stretch. And I hear one of them is like, look at him fucking running around like a fucking dump truck. Run, beep, beep, beep. He's like, fuck, they called me Beefcake.
That
like,
shit would make me start laughing. It would fuck me up even more.
They're like, run, Beefcake. They called me Brutus. They called me all kinds of shit. So the first day...
like a dump truck.
And it's making a beep sound too.
Beep.
So the first day,
dude, that is hilarious. Holy
the first
shit.
day that we ate in the little mess hall thing, so I had just gotten, I didn't know shit about the military, right? So we just get there, and I'm like thinking to myself, all right, I'm here. Whatever food they're about to give us is probably been totally thought out, calorie measured shit, so that when I eat it, I'm gonna be in optimal physical condition.
No.
Fuck no, dude. It was just like standard, eat whatever the fuck you want, fucking breakfast. It wasn't like no measured, no thought put into it or whatever. So I get up to the fucking line and I'm like, sweet, fucking pancakes, fucking like ham, fucking syrup. And I'm like, and I was hungry because I just ran like all this shit, dude, like first couple of days. So I'm like, I don't know what I got, but it was not that. I think it was a piece of like maple fucking ham or something. No, it was French toast. That's what it was. It was French toast. So I'm walking, and you have to walk like all like regimented, right? Like you got to walk in straight lines. You can't just like cut or whatever. So you have to walk like, and if you want to make a left, you have to fucking make a 90-degree left. It's really weird.
Yeah.
And you like hold your tray and all. And so I'm walking, and this guy goes, stop. And I'm like, I stopped, and I'm like, stop. He comes over, stands right in my face. And I don't know who this guy is. I just know he's a drill instructor because he had on the green shit with his brimmed hat. He's a Marine gunnery sergeant. He goes, the fuck are you doing? I'm confused, right? I don't know what's going on.
French toast is fucking AIDS, though.
So I'm like, sir? Right, but I didn't know that, right? Because I'm thinking to myself, I obviously need the calories for whatever they're about to do to me. Because why else would they have French? I wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
Dude. So I just went with it, right? So he's like, stop. And I stopped. Well, come here. He goes, what the fuck are you thinking? And I couldn't look at him because you have to look straight ahead too. So I'm like, sir? And he like reaches down, picks up the French toast with 2 fingers, like it's a fucking dead rat. Picks it up with his hands, holds it an inch from my nose, right in front of my face. And he starts swinging it like a pendulum and tapping me on the nose with it. And I have like a little syrup dot on my nose, tapping me on the nose and going, and every time he swings it, he goes, you will not eat fatty, disgusting shit anymore. And he's like fucking screaming at me.
He's like trying to hypnotize you with the fucking French toast.
He's hitting me with it though, like hitting me in the face with it. Every like time he's like, tapping me in the nose. He's like, do you understand? And I'm like, yes, sir. And he goes, good. And he fucking discused my fucking French toast across the lunchroom or the cafeteria. And it like hit some kid's tray and knocked his tray off his fucking table. He's like, candidate. Or he's like, that's what they called the people. He's like, you go get yourself more food. In fact, why don't you get half of candidate fucking Southern's food right here? Because he's got fucking 2 times too much shit. So yeah, dude, that was like day 1 for me. Another thing that happened to me, and this was like a week later. Again, I didn't mean to do this shit. It just happened to me. So like a week later, right, we come in from like getting beat, dude. Like just exercise, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm fucking dead, right? So not a week later. This is actually pretty. This might have been the next day or the day after. And we had to get drinks, and it was like breakfast, and we just got beat again. So I fixed myself because all I got was 1 piece of ham and 2 hard-boiled eggs. That's all I got for the rest of the time I was there. I hate hard-boiled eggs. All I did was just smash them up with my fork so it looked like I ate them, but really I just ate the little piece of ham. So we had to go get drinks. So like you have to get 2 glasses, right? 2 clear glasses of fluid when you go up there. So I'm like going through the line, and I'm like, they had all kinds of shit, right? They had water, they had tea, they had like Powerade, they had sodas, all kinds of shit. Now I wasn't dumb enough to get soda, right? So I'm going up there, and I'm like, man, that was a fucking hard workout. I was like, I'm really thirsty. So I was like, you know what would be great right now? Some Powerade. So I fucking filled up both glasses with blue Powerade, right? Walking all the way back. I'm just like fucking having a good day, right? Just did my workout. Walks all the way back to the table, and I'm standing there, and you have to stand up with everybody else until the last person gets their shit, and then you all sit down together and drink, right? Or eat. So I'm standing there at this table, and I'm like holding my arms straight out with a glass in each hand. And I like look in my peripheral vision, and I look to the left, all water. And I like look across the table, all water. Look in front of me, water. And then I like look on my peripheral to the right. Everybody has water. And I have 2 bright blue glasses of Powerade. And I'm like, something is telling me that I fucked up. And I'm like, I don't know how to fix it. So I was like, please God, don't notice. Please God, don't notice. So they're like, they like released us to drink. Dude, I took one hand, I slammed the first Powerade. Like the hardest I've ever slammed anything. And I go to slam the second one. And as soon as I like put down my first glass, I hear stop. And I'm like, oh fuck. This dude gets up on the table, walks on stomping on the table. Everybody's fucking food, right? He's just stomping down the middle of the table. He could have went around. Stops right in front of me and just stares down at me. And he's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, he goes, I guess you needed the fucking extra energy, didn't you, Brutus? And I'm like, sir, I thought Powerade was allowed. He goes, obviously fucking not, Cannon. He's like, since you need the extra fucking energy, he's like, why don't you go back and get 2 of every fucking juice on the line? So I'm like, I had to go back, dude. I had to make like 10 trips. He made me get 2 apple juices, 2 cranberry juices, 2 orange juices, 2 fucking grapefruit juices. Every fucking juice I had to get 2 of. And I had to pour every juice down my fucking pants. Then he made me go outside.
Wait, down your pants?
Down my pants. I had to go outside, sit in a fucking sand pit, and stuff my pants with sand after I just put fruit juice in them. And then I had to go to like the rest of my day's activities with fucking
what sort of punishment is that?
Oh my God! I'll tell one more story. You want one more?
Wait,
or do you want
I just can't believe what I can understand. Like, and then he sent me outside to do push-ups or something like some sort of like.
These guys are way more creative than that. So, I'll tell one more story. This was actually towards
where do you even get sand?
Oh no, there's a sand. They called it the Rose Garden. It's just a sand pit that they made. It was in Pensacola Beach, so there was sand up there. So it was just a big square pit. It wasn't on the beach, but it was like just weeds and fucking like like
why
the weeds that aren't weeds.
Would they make you do that? That's like the most random shit.
Dude, it's just
get 2 glasses of every fruit juice, pour them down your pants, and then stuff sand in your pants.
That's what I did.
What is that?
Everything, dude, all over. And I ate like I had to eat. Well, they made me come back in and eat, and I was like crunching sand with every bite of egg. It was not good. So every fucking week. One more story. So as that goes on, right? Like they get a little more lenient with you because like you're becoming an officer, so like they kind of slack back a little bit because they're enlisted, right? Yeah. So like that's actually your first salute is your gunnery sergeant at the end when you get your commission. So anyway, we're going to the end, and it's a Sunday, and like they're not supposed to be there on Sundays. Like they're just not, right? Like it's supposed to be like your chill time. So we had to get ready for this inspection that was on Monday. I actually have like fucking 10 stories, so this is the last one I'll tell for now. I can tell the rest of them later. But so we're just hanging out. And it's a Sunday. We're feeling good, right? Doing our inspection. Like we're almost to the end. I like to fuck around a lot. So like we're in the hallway. And this other dude was there. I think he was like our class president or some shit. I was just being retarded. Like someone had music on the fucking thing. So I start shadowboxing this dude, like fucking around with him. Just like in the arm, just like punching him, being stupid. Don't ask why.
I can imagine it, yeah.
Kind of sounds pretty gay coming out.
But, are you wearing your blue contacts?
No, well, I can't remember. So that's what I was doing. So I was like punching this dude in the arm and like the stomach, just fucking around with him. And so all of the drill instructors, right, worked for a master gunnery sergeant at the OCS. They call them master guns. Anyway, he just happened to be there on a Sunday and wanted to come check how our fucking like progress was doing for our inspection. So fucking he comes up the thing, turns the corner, and sees me shadow boxing. He's like, "What the fuck, Brutus?" And I'm like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Oh my, he's here!" Like, "Oh Jesus Christ!"
So he just calls you Brutus for just like
Brutus Beefcake. Oh yeah, just for shits. That's what they call me. They just call you whatever. And he goes, "Get you and your whole fucking class in the Rose Garden right now." So we going out and we got beat. Right, we had to do push-ups and whatever. The next day, he goes, and I want you in your drill instructor's office at, first thing in the morning. So I come into this dude's office, and again, I'm like, had to straight walk in there, whatever, stand there. and he was telling me before I go in, like he met me at the drill instructor's office, and it was my drill instructor and 2 other ones. He goes, now listen, when you go in there, you're going to stand there, and when I say hit it, you're going to do what you did when you were up there, but at the same time, you're going to sing the fucking Rocky theme song. And I'm like, oh God. So you have to do it. So you go in there, and I'm just standing there at attention, and my drill instructor goes, what the fuck you do now, Brutus? And I'm like, I'm just standing there. And Master Guns goes, you really want to see Griff? Because his name was Gunnery Sergeant Griffith. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, hit it, Brutus. And I start fucking shadow boxing. And I was like, damn. It didn't occur to me to do like the actual Rocky theme song. I did fucking Survivor Eye of the Tiger. So I was like, damn. And he goes, oh my God. He goes, go get your whole class in the fucking Rose Garden again. So I had to go upstairs, and I was like, everybody go outside right now. And they're like, oh my God, again for you fucking idiot. So I get out there. He makes me run laps around the building while everyone else is doing push-ups, shadow boxing, and singing the Rocky theme song. And I have to run up and down the stairs and yell Adrian the whole time.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, these people have way too much time on their hands. I feel like
kid. He was driving by in his truck on a Saturday to go fishing because they use the base for fishing. And he saw all of us, and he fucking made us get down in push-up position, and he had his kid with him. And he made his kid make us do push-ups. So he had his little kid be like, down, up, down, up. And we're like fucking doing push-ups because of his little kid. Dude.
Yeah, fuck that shit, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Were you in like good shape when you joined the Navy, or is like how does that work?
I was in medium shape. I knew enough to pass the fucking like all their shit is bullshit anyway. The way they measure your neck and your waist and subtract the two and come up with a number. I mean, you can game the system. So I was really borderline when I went there. And by the time I left, I mean, I didn't fail anything. They tried 3 times to like fail me and roll me back for like being out of shape. But I always passed the tests. So like they had to keep pushing me along.
Like what's one of them?
It's number of push-ups in 2 minutes, number of sit-ups in 2 minutes, a mile-and-a-half run, and you have to make.
How many push-ups is it in a minute?
Dude, I can't remember. It's like not a lot. It's like 70 or something, 80, something like that.
80 in a minute?
No, 2 minutes. I can't remember. Maybe that's wrong. You can Google it. I mean, it was years ago.
Yeah, dude, I never could like. I'm like getting in pretty good shape at this point, but like in terms of like push-ups and shit, like 20. I'll do like fucking like 30 to 40, and I'm like dead.
So they graded on like outstanding, excellent, good, satisfactory, and fail, right?
Yeah.
So push-ups is 35 in 2 minutes. 34.
Dude, that's embarrassing. Bro, why is that even like?
Sit-ups is 43. And I guess they lowered these.
35 in 2 minutes? What the fuck,
and then
dude?
a mile-and-a-half run in 14 minutes. So they're not that bad. So I could beat these, right? Like I did more than these, and that's satisfactory. Actually, for
35
Navy OCS,
push-ups in 2 minutes.
For Navy OCS, you have to get good. So it's 54 sit-ups, 44 push-ups, and 12 minutes, 53 seconds, mile-and-a-half. So anyway, I could do those. So like they never could fail me. So like that's why they just kind of did shit the whole fucking time to. Actually, I only have really like one. Well, I have one more good story. So we had to do an inspection, and you kept all your shit in a locker, right? And we were coming back from like being class or some shit, and we're walking down the hallway. And all I hear is we had another drill instructor who was there. All I hear someone scream is, "Who the fuck is Southard?" And I'm like, oh. I'm like, that's not even my last. I mispronounced my last name. And I'm like, fuck. He takes, and all I see is just white cloud. And what he actually did was my locker. Like I didn't lock. I tried to lock. I guess I didn't push the thing all the way in, and my locker was unlocked.
Oh.
I had an industrial-sized bottle of Gold Bond. What he did was he unscrewed the cap, took my bottle of Gold Bond, and then fucking, like, Chris Cluey fucking punted it down the hallway. So what I saw, like, in the crossroads of the hallway was my bottle of Gold Bond flying like a goddamn North Korean ICBM rocket all over the fucking floor. He took my shoe polish and wrote "dumbass" on the wall. Took my fucking uniforms, smeared it in toothpaste. Dude, he obliterated.
This guy just hated you.
No, that's what they do, dude. That's
Wait,
what they do.
Did you do this to everyone?
Well, if you're a fucking idiot and you leave your locker unlocked, yeah, that's what they do. Took my fucking shoes and, like, threw them out the window and, like, did all kinds of shit, dude. So, yeah, I've never seen anybody punt an entire, like, fucking pound bottle of Gold Bond, but he sure as shit did. Yeah. So.
And how long was this process? What was this, basic training or whatever?
18 weeks. Yeah, it's when you become an officer. Like, you have to go to this thing called OCS. Well, you don't. You could go through, like, the academy, but if you just go in the way I went in, you go to this thing called Officer Candidate School. And basically they take a dude off the street and make him a naval officer in 18 weeks. And you get, like, enlisted get Navy chiefs, but we get Marine gunnery.
Sounds like that process would take a lot longer than that, but I guess not.
No, it really doesn't.
I guess 18 weeks is longer than you'd expect. It's what?
Dude, they were teaching you how to drill. Like, we had to learn rifle drill.
It's like 4 months, close to 4 months.
He yelled at one girl. He goes, "Your fucking fupa's knocking your rifle." And he, like, she yelled at this chick and said her fucking fupa was knocking her rifle around and it was making her look stupid at drill. Took her fucking rifle and threw it like a goddamn javelin into the field. Dude, it was no chill. They actually, I guess the very last thing I'll talk about was they actually demoted a gunnery sergeant when I was there for being inappropriate. So, like, all that other shit was fine, right?
Yeah.
It was this huge black guy who was a drill instructor. And our drill instructors were legit. Most of them were scout snipers. Our one guy has 21 kills when he was there. But anyway, huge black guy. And he was a gunnery sergeant. Was going through a divorce. Hated women, right? He was on, like, he just did not like women. And let me make sure I got this story right before I just tell it. So he would give the female candidates shit all the time. Well, his class was sitting down eating, and we were, like, senior at the time. There's, like, 3 classes there at any one time. We were, like, the seniors, right? There was, like, the sophomore class was there. And he walks up to this one little kid, and he goes, "Hey, boy." And that's how he talked. And he was like, "What you got there?" And then the kid was like,
Kid as in, like, an 18-year-old?
No, like, well, he's a candidate. So he's, just sitting down, little white scrawny kid. He goes, got some soup, sir. And he's like, "Soup, huh?" He's like, "Yeah, they got good soup here." He goes, "What kind of soup is it?" And the kid's like, "Sir, it's clam chowder." And he goes, "Clam chowder, huh?" He goes, "That's pretty good soup." And he's like talking, we're all listening to this, right? Because they don't really talk. You don't
You're
really
just
talk.
waiting for some shit to happen, like, it's
Right.
going to happen.
Goes,
like, when is it?
He goes, "That's pretty good soup, isn't it?" He's like, "Sir, yes, sir." And he's like, "Kind of smell like fish, don't it?" And the kid's like, "Sir?" And he goes, "Kind of smell like fish." And the guy's like, "Yes, sir." He goes, "What else smell like fish?" And the kid's like, he sees, like, a confused look on his face, and we're all like, "What the fuck?" And he goes, "Sir?" And he goes, "You heard me, god damn it." He goes, "What else smell like fish?" And I guess this kid was like, should I say it? He goes, and he, like, took a deep breath, and he, like, closed his eyes for a second, and he goes, "Sir, a woman's vagina." We all, like, fucking spit all our fucking drink everywhere, and he goes, "What the fuck?" He goes, "Boy, no, god damn it." And he goes, "That's fucking nasty." He goes, "You females, you hear that shit?" He goes, "This boy think your fucking vagina smell like fish." And he was like, he obviously wanted the kid to say some shit like that.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, he became staff sergeant.
Really? That's the thing that gets you demoted?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Not like all the other shit, making you like run around the building.
Well, blatant. No, he did other shit
Seeing the Rocky theme, screaming Adrian. That's fucking hilarious.
Well, that probably wasn't the thing that got him demoted, but he would do things like what actually probably did get him demoted was he didn't like other people. He didn't like our drill instructors for some reason.
Oh.
So like what he would do, any drill instructor could make you do exercise whenever they felt like it. So like we would like the day before we had like a physical fitness test, our drill instructor wouldn't really beat us that bad because they want you to pass, right? It looks really bad for them if everybody fucking fails. So they don't make you do like a billion push-ups the day before you have to do push-ups for like a test. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This guy would come by, find a class, knew they had a fucking thing, and just beat the shit out of them so that they would fail. And because he just didn't.
I can see why you can make a lot of enemies that way.
Right. So anyway, he ended up getting in trouble. But yeah, man, it was crazy times, dude. I don't know how we got on that story.
So like, are these people that like go into the Navy, like, are they like in top shit? Like, I would think that if you were gonna go, like, that's so crazy to me. Like, if I was gonna go into the military, I would be sure that I was in like tip top shape before going.
Yeah. Well, right. The recruiters are supposed to weed you. You're supposed to, take tests and whatever to get in there. But I mean, we got dudes that slip through the cracks that if you make it there and they actually put you there, all they'll do is just hold you back and put you in this thing called H. Well, maybe now they might kick you out now, but what they would do then is they would like basically hold you back until you lost weight. They'd put you in like remedial PT group and all you did was like work out and you'd basically be held back a quote unquote grade or a class and you would class up with the next class like 3 weeks later. And try again until you made weight. We had a dude that was like blew out his fucking knee. He was there like a year. He was like a fixture there because like they had to rehab his fucking. I don't know why they just didn't medically separate him, but yeah, he had been rolled back like 8 times. So like he was basically ready to graduate.
Was this like a fat dude or is this like a dude that's got a shitty knee?
No, he's just like a little skinny like Hispanic dude. And just fucking blew out his knee.
Yeah,
you would think they just medically separate him, but. I guess it was soft tissue damage and they thought he could rehab it or something. I don't know, but yeah, dude, pretty crazy. Yeah.
I wonder, like, now that everyone's getting fat, like, apparently this is going to be like a serious issue in the U.S. Like, is that there's not that many good military candidates anymore because like everyone's getting fat as fuck and they're having to lower the standards.
They're trying to pull down the numbers in the military anyway. So now, if you're fat before, like you had chances or whatever, now if you fail, they just fucking boot you out. So,
yeah, there's so many people. Like,
unless you're like,
military is so fucking big.
Unless you're a nuclear person, then they usually try to keep you because they spent a lot of money training you. So they want to, nuke. A nuclear trained person.
Oh, yeah, like in the Navy, yeah. Yeah,
so you get a little more leniency. Or used to, anyways, a nuke because they spent a lot of money to train.
What's the what is that like called? Like, what would you say your worth? What in the Navy was like? How much do you think they spent like on you, for example? Like hundreds of thousands? Like I know my brother said like his like military net worth is like fucking huge because he's done a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I went to school and prototype for a year before I ever actually did anything. So I mean. Yeah, they say that they put some astronomical number on it, but who knows what that really is.
Yeah, like I know my brother's
it's the equivalent of like a nuclear engineering.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you're bachelor's. Definitely 6 figures at this point if you were in there for a while in terms of like how much they spent on you like learning all that shit and the training. And all that.
Yeah, I mean they have a reactor that the sole purpose of the reactor is to train people.
Yeah,
2 of them actually, 2 submarines that are dry docked in Charleston, and 2 of them that are in North Carolina or in New York. So, yeah.
My brother was some big shit in the Army. Like he was like Green Beret, like Special Forces, all kinds of crazy fucking shit. Where he was like a medic, he was like a medic and like infantry and a skydive guy. Like he did like fucking everything.
Yeah.
So
some of those schools, I mean, the shit I went through is nothing compared to he did like
some pretty rough.
Like
shit.
Look up SEER school. Like SEER school is like where they teach you like to live off of like the land, and like they take you as like a prisoner of war and like actually can like break a rib, and like shit. I mean, they're much crazier shit than what I did.
Yeah, I would think the Navy is probably on the lower end of the totem pole, probably next to the Air
Except
Force.
for Buds in fucking SEAL school.
Well,
I mean, that's
yeah,
pretty hard.
but like, what percentage of the Navy is that? Like, not even like 5, right?
Yeah, I mean a low percent. Yeah. Yeah, I mean don't get me wrong. My schools were a joke compared to most military stuff, but it was a good time, dude. I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything. It was it was fun.
You got free college, or not free, but it was paid for.
Well, Florida Lottery actually paid for mine, and then I just pocketed the money the Navy was giving me. But
well, whatever.
Yeah. No, for
Feel
no
the
doubt.
burn.
Feel the burn, man. Feel the burn.
Jesus.
So
did you play any? Go ahead.
Play any what?
Go ahead. You first.
Well, before we got into actual games that you care about, you posted a little WoW fanboy shit on Twitter today.
Yeah, I was actually playing the Legion Alpha today, looking at some of the mechanics. The Warlock actually looks, the Affliction Warlock mechanically, despite it being like actual dog shit right now in the actual Alpha, mechanically it's very fucking cool.
What did they change? Like, cause it was just 3 dots, right? Haunt, Unstable Affliction, and
it's just like
something else.
the way it's gonna play is like multi-dotting is gonna be insane for Affliction.
Yeah, but I would hope, since that's what Affliction is supposed to do.
Yeah, but it's even like more so now. So there's a talent for Affliction that allows you to put down like this like essentially like mirror image of the person. It's called Soul Effigy, I think is what it's called. But essentially, like, let's say I'm fighting you. I can create another version of you specifically to multi-dot. And the
really?
damage is transferred.
That's pretty cool.
So, like, and then just the way it's working, like, so the Agony stack. Do you play Warlock? Like, I'm not like a Warlock main by any means, but
casually alted one. So I'm
so you know how the Agony
familiar.
stacks work, right? So you get the stacks of Agony, they stack up, they do more damage over time. You have to refresh them, blah 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 blah. And those also give you soul shards, right? So you want to get as many Agonies out as you can because they give you soul shards. Soul shards used for Unstable Affliction. Well, the new Unstable Affliction mechanic allows you to stack them up. So typically when you put up UA, you want to refresh it as soon as it's getting ready to fall off, right?
Right.
Well, the new mechanic is you can just put another one on there, and the damage, it just doubles the damage. And then you put another one on, it adds on. So you can dump fucking 5 UAs into a guy and just have this mega dot on him. And
cool.
and if you multi-dotted like 6 other things with Agony and Corruption and all that shit, you're gonna be getting so many soul shards that you can just spam fucking UAs on some poor asshole and just get it rolling. I don't know, it's just cool as hell. I just like how crazy it is with the multi-dotting.
That's cool. I'm gonna So you're gonna buy Legion then, or you?
It depends on the release date.
Oh,
Like
okay.
if it comes out and Crowfall is in like full blown like campaign beta craziness, then maybe not. But if it comes out early summer, then maybe.
I have. I mean, I already bought it, obviously, and I'm looking. I'll probably main a Demon Hunter, but I usually like. I'm a big alt person, and I think in Legion this time, I think I'm gonna. There's so many other games that I like have find myself playing. I think I'm gonna just stick to like one class in Legion, which is crazy for me.
They have done some cool shit with Legion with like a lot of the animations look real, like the new warrior animations are fucking awesome. Like they look cool as fuck.
They do take the game to, every X pack is pretty good. Tell you, man, I've been really rethinking MMOs because since our last podcast, Black Desert released, right?
Yeah.
And I know that you had your opinion about the pay to win stuff, and I linked that video that kind of addresses it a little bit. Force made a video about why you should or should not play Black Desert, but the thing, and I'm not gonna suck Black Desert's dick, but I'm gonna explain something. So, in that game, it doesn't have dungeons, it doesn't have raids, right? So the gear is basically a side grade, kinda.
I don't think that's correct at all.
No, hang on. So the gear that you get when you get a set piece in the beginning, yes, there are upgrades that are like you can get a little bit more stats or whatever, but eventually you're going to get to a place where you get like a green item, right? That's pretty much the gear that you're going to use for, whatever. But the way you make it more powerful is by crystals that fall off mobs. They fall off bosses. You can craft them. There's a bunch of ways you get these like black stones. They're called black stones. That's how you upgrade the power of an item. And then you can also socket gems. Again, drops, crafting. There's a billion different ways you can get these things in the game. The auction house, for example. So that's the way gear sort of progresses. You can't really yes, you can go kill a world boss that has a high rarity item that has a couple more base stats on it. And when I say a couple, I mean literally like a minute amount more. But it's massively more expensive to upgrade because it's already like orange quality.
Yeah.
So the idea is that you upgrade the green shit to like max level, which is like level 15 or 20. I think it's 15, and then very, very later on you can get to 20. And then you start upgrading the quality. So that's the other thing you can do. You upgrade the power to like level 15 or 20, and then you upgrade the quality from green to blue to whatever, right? So the idea of Black Desert is that there's all these systems in the game. Like I find myself playing it, right? There's fishing, crafting. Like I'm just giving you an example. Like you can take a potato, and there's a bunch of ways to fucking get this potato. You can have your little dude go out and farm it. And if you actually send a worker to go get the potato in the actual game space,
your
dude
go out
will
and
leave.
Get it, yeah.
He'll go get it. So you have a fucking potato. Either you got it or he got it. You can take that potato and you can put it in a cooking pot and make fucking like beer or any number of things. You can cook with it. You can pound it into flour, potato flour, and then use that to bake with or do other things with. You can... I don't know. Those are just two examples, but you can probably ferment it to make something or what. They're like you can take meat and either cook it, you can dry it to make like jerky, you can like use it like strappings for like, dude, it's every system is deep.
Yeah.
And some people argue
cool. I like that.
Some people argue grindingly. But so this is I'm going to tie this back to WoW. So that's different, right? Like I always liked, or what I thought I like, or what I think I like, is the WoW model and the Wildstar model, where like if I'm playing this game, I just want to get to level cap, then I want to go do the content. There's a very laid out path of progression for me. Dungeons, you start with whatever scenarios or adventures, dungeons. Then I get the gear to do dungeons, and finally I can do a raid, right? And then raids, you get this gear, and it's just better gear. It's the gear. That's the way you do it, right? The other systems are just for making money, and like in Wildstar, it's a little bit more than WoW, where you got like runes and stuff. But I guess in WoW you have like enchants and gems and shit like that.
Yeah, they've slowly gotten away from that though. Like there's less of that now than ever.
Yeah. So, but anyway, there's a very linear path, where like in Black Desert, like all that other bullshit, I'll just call it bullshit side activities, like farming and fucking fishing and crafting and workers and all that other stuff is the game, because you can craft those like upgrade things, right? You can craft your gear, you can get money to get more gear, so like that is the game. So it's just weird, and I'm thinking to myself, because when I was playing Black Desert,
it's just a different game, yeah.
Right, I was thinking to myself, I either hate this, or as a solo player who doesn't really like raid much anymore. Like the thing with WoW is like I can mythic raid. I've mythic raided before. I'm that quality of player, but I don't have the schedule that I can devote to it. In a game like this, I can just grind it out somehow in my own time and eventually get to the same sort of in-game status. So I actually debated with myself for a couple days on whether I hated Black Desert or I loved it. And I think the jury's still out, but I have found myself playing it a shit ton. Like my little workers, like I send them out. Like it's addicting, like an iPhone game would be, like Farmville or Clash of Clans. That has like that aspect to it. But the combat is really fun. So like I don't mind the grind. Like it's actually fun to go kill things. So I don't know, man. It's different, and Crowfall is different too, but kind of in a different. I don't know how Crowfall's item progression system works.
There is no item progression.
So just your dude, and your dude gets better.
There are items that are better than other items, but it's not like go kill a raid boss. There is no PvE in the game. Like all of the gear that you get is going to be crafted.
Okay.
So
that's kind
like
of
there will be like rare materials in the game. Like let's say there's some sort of rare like elementium element that makes like kick-ass swords or something. Some guy goes and mines it and then makes a sword and then sells it to you. And that's probably going to be worth a lot because it's a rare material.
okay.
And if you die, somebody can take your sword from you.
So that's more Black Desert-y than it is WoW-y. If you just had to put it in one of the two.
There is gear that's better than other gear, but it's not like you go and kill a boss and you know all of the gear is
driven by the economy.
Yeah, everything is driven by professions in the economy, and the general thing is that everything depreciates. Like that awesome sword you have, it's got a life cycle. You know, the thing's gonna break and then that's it. Right. Like you don't keep it forever.
So that's right. I think that kind of game, and the more I've played Black Desert and the more, you just talk about Crowfall, I think that kind of game is where we're going to see MMOs go towards. Because the only thing that's defined raiding and dungeons and that item ladder is basically like the WoW model. And I had a really hard time like reconciling that there could be another model because I don't like it. I don't like, and I'm very used to like when Wildstar came out, their item progression system made perfect sense to me because it was a carbon copy of WoW's, and I think SWTOR is kind of the same way, So for a game to do something different is fucking weird, dude.
The problem with the WoW model is that so much of the content gets wasted, like almost immediately after it comes out. Like
especially if you're in a good guild and you just get carried to a raid kill, I mean.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that like. Literally within 6 months of a raid coming out, it's irrelevant because the next one comes out. Whereas with these sandbox games, like, hey, if you spend 6 months developing your, making your fishing skill deeper, the whole fishing skill isn't irrelevant, And that's what I like with Crowfall is because, they're making this game for the future, I guess. They're future-proofing it a bit. Just because all of the stuff that you see with Crowfall is not going to be irrelevant 6 months after release. If that makes sense. And the same thing can be said for Black Desert in a way, even though they do have a lot of PvE content and a lot of stuff that probably is made relevant pretty quickly. But to a lesser extent than WoW, where WoW is just like there's entire expansions that are irrelevant.
Well, the other thing I found out about Black Desert that actually changed my mind a little bit, I was really because of how quote-unquote grindy like the contribution point system is, which gets you your nodes and your workers and all that shit. So all that shit is shared on your alts. Because, like, I'm a big alt guy. So if you log out of one dude and log into another dude on your account, all of your max contribution points, your energy, all that shit is the same. And if you go to, like, a storage in a town where your dude has put stuff, it's there. And you can claim your auctions. So it actually encourages you to have alts. Because, like, if you want to, I don't know, fish... Or let's say that you wanted to, you got a coin and you found it in one city and you wanted to sell it in another city. Well, instead of having to transfer it or walk or whatever, you just put it in your storage, log your alt on the other city, who's in the other city, take it out and sell it.
Yeah, they got to get those fucking microtransactions, baby. They got to make you buy those character slots.
Well, you get 6
for free.
Or no, you get 4 or 5 for free.
Wow.
Yeah. And then because I pre-ordered, I got 2 more as a pre-order bonus. So I think I think you start with 4, and I have 6 now. So yeah, it's really not like the microtransactions. I was looking at the store. I did spend some money.
I think it's gonna be worse. I think it's just gonna get worse and worse, dude.
Yeah, maybe. Again, I don't want it to be like I'm gonna play this game in 3 or 6 months. I do not know that. I just know that for right now, its hookiness has got me playing it a lot more than I thought I would.
I hope I'm wrong. I do. I really do.
I bought some pets because I didn't want to loot things.
Right? Because you have
I didn't want to loot things. So
exactly.
I got a pet. I got a pet from pre-ordering. I got 1.
But the thing is the more you play the game, the more you'll need those pets. So you'll probably have to get another one, and then you have to get another one to breed the other pets.
I bought 2. And the cool thing about the pets is if I log into my dude and I got all my pets out, right? They're chilling with me. I got 3 pets. I got a hawk, a dog, and a cat, and I named them Maynard, James, and Keenan. So I got 3 pets. I know everyone's like, that's gay, whatever. If I log out of one character and log in another character, my same 3 pets are chilling by my other character. So they're all shared. My workers are shared. All the nodes that I've unlocked are shared. All the cities are shared. Everything is shared. So the grind, you don't have to do the grind multiple times. All your progress is your whole account. So I actually really do like that. So all those 3 pets.
Is that the same for the horses as well? Like the horse breeding and all that? That actually is cool. I like that.
Yeah. So it's really not that bad. And the combat system, the last thing I'll say about Black Desert.
What about the ghillie suits? Do you have to individually buy a ghillie suit for every single character?
I'm not sure.
Probably.
I'm not sure. Yeah. But what was I gonna say? The combat plays like Tekken. Like if you watch a video, I know.
I know it plays like a fighting game. It's
a lot of
the
people
combat is cool.
A lot of people on Twitter have been like, "Oh, I watched the combat and doesn't look that impressive." It feels fun to do because you're like clicking and doing other things. But anyway,
the only thing does that game have soft targeting?
Kinda, sorta, not kinda. Really, really soft. Like if you're on a target and you're shooting it with a ranger with a bow.
In PvP, for example, is it easy to miss somebody?
I have no idea. I've not PvP'd yet.
Well, in PvE, is it easy to miss a mob? Like, is it easy to just shoot an arrow and it just whiz right by them and not hit them?
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
If you've got the target on, I would say the reticle is about the size of the mob itself. So as long as you're within the character
Oh, so
frame,
it's pretty forgiving.
Yeah, but once you start targeting the mob, it's fairly forgiving. But if you just blank shoot into space, you can easily miss. So
I was just curious how much of the jumping or like, 'cause that's the thing I noticed with the combat is that everybody's like jumping and teleporting around like crazy.
Because it's fucking fun, and because the more you combo things, the more shit it does. Like on my warrior or my berserker,
I was watching the ranger gameplay and it was literally like a teleport every second. It was like doop 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 doop. I was like, that's a little excessive.
It's fun though. It's really because like
see, that's one of those things where it's like it is fun for now, but like when everyone's doing that 2 months down the road and everyone's just constantly teleporting, is it going to be fun or is it going to be like, oh my god, I'm tired of this?
I don't know, dude. I don't know, but I'm like I play a ranger is one of the alts I have, and I'm like you can do this thing where if you so if you left click, she shoots an arrow, right?
Yeah, and you left click and hit like A, and it goes left and right.
Shift left click shoots fire arrows. If you shift left click and then right click, she shoots fire arrows and then shoots like this like elemental arrow. The cool thing with a ranger is if you hit right mouse, she does like this crazy spinning dagger thing and then does a backflip and then does a shot with the arrow. So I'm just saying, like, the reason people flip all over the fucking place is because, number one, they're comboing, and number two, it's just fun. Like, I guess that's the only way
But that's the thing I noticed is that every single class seems to do that.
I would say it's
seems to be a pretty
fair.
common theme that everyone's just, like, jumping and teleporting, and it's like, will that be dumb as hell 2 months down the road?
I don't know. I don't even know how it would be, like, because PvP is, like, the thing, right? Full-scale PvP. I don't even know how that would feel. Because apparently in PvP, like, it's big. The ability to lock somebody down is big in PvP. Or group lock people. Like, that's the big thing with the Berserker is you can do a lot of, like, AoE lockdowns. Like, stuns and slams and shit like that.
Yeah.
So maybe, like, that's part of the skill is like, preventing someone from doing a lot of that shit.
Yeah, Crowfall's kind of like that right now with the CC. It's, like, I mean, obviously it's very early in combat, but CC is, like, super powerful right now in Crowfall. Not because it lasts a long time, but just because you can get nuked if you're fucking not moving. Or if you're snared and...
Probably the same.
I could see that. I could see that. And in a game where everyone can teleport around, not being able to teleport around makes you dead.
Oh, yeah. Like, even in PvE, like, if you get knocked down or something... I mean, I got face-fucked by, like, a lot of things in that game. Like, summoning the bosses are really cool. And they hit really fucking hard, too. And it's kind of like Terra, sort of. But not as like I thought Terra was kind of shit. The thing what I didn't like about Terra was because it had like this weird Z-axis to the combat. Did you ever play Terra?
No.
Yeah, Terra was good, but I think it was a little too freeform. I don't know, but yeah. anyway, whenever you get bored, I'm gonna stop when Division comes out in 2 days or whatever. I'm probably gonna take a break because I'm gonna be divisioning for quite a while. But I'll come back to it.
I think that game will fucking last less long than fucking BDO. I think BDO will be around a lot longer than the Division. I think
BDO
that one's
very
going to be
polarizing.
going with the wind real quick.
BDO is very polarizing. One other cool thing was I killed a bunch of like these rebels in this camp, and like the more of them I would kill, the bloodier I would get. Like on all my clothes. Like it has a little cool, cool.
BDO is actually like kind of cool in a lot of ways, whereas the Division is like I don't see the appeal at all. Like I don't think that game's gonna have any staying power. Whereas with Black Desert Online, I feel like the people that like it, that can get over some of the shortcomings of the game, I think will enjoy the game for the long term. But I don't see how the Division is gonna have any sort of long term appeal.
The Division's gonna have long term appeal on console for sure. For me, anyway, I'm talking about people. For me. Yeah, but I'm going to play it on console. I'm not playing it on PC.
That's so weird.
I mean, it's
I feel like
weird,
the only reason these games like Destiny and The Division are going to do well on console is because those people don't know any better. Those people don't know what it's like to have like a real MMO experience that actually isn't shit. Like this is like their first one.
I think you're very much underestimating the power of ass on couch. Very much so.
No, I think I'm right on the mark with this one. I think that a lot of these people that play if these like the PC gamers aren't the ones that are like, yeah, Destiny's a good game. They're the ones that are shitting on Destiny.
I'm not going to disagree with that. But I am going to disagree with the fact that you said that the people that enjoy console games are not the people that know what a true PC gaming MMO experience are.
I think
so I don't think that's true.
I think that's really true. I think the people that enjoy the Division and enjoy Destiny and really like those games and play those games a lot have not experienced what a real good MMO in its time was. Like a World of Warcraft classic through Wrath, or like Wildstar when it first came out, or Star Wars when it first came, like one of those like awesome rushes. It's like great.
I mean, I'm one of those people, and I'm telling you the reasons that I like you're not
gonna be playing that game like seriously though, are you? It's just gonna be like a thing that
no.
Yeah, well, like you're buying it knowing that you're most likely not gonna be playing it like for the long term, right?
Yeah, but when you say for the long term, I mean if you get 3 months out of a game, I mean that's. I mean,
but they're designing these games for you to play for the long term. That's how these things are being made. Like this isn't like a single player game like The Witcher, where it's like, yeah, you bought it and you got 3 months out of it and you had fun. No, this is like a game where it's like the idea is that you're invested in the world.
I think you can play the Division like that though. You can play the Division like The Witcher. You know what I mean? Like it's the PvE campaign. It's gonna have PvE releases. You can get the best gear in the game by doing incursions with your friends. You don't have to dark zone it.
I just play MMOs. I feel like a lot of people, especially listening to this podcast, will say that they play MMOs for the long term. Like, I mean, agree. Some people might have played, like, the people that went and played Blade and Soul. I have a feeling a lot of those people realized the game was dog shit and were only going to play it for a week, and that's fine. But I think for the most part, people want the next game that they just like dump their fucking life into for the next few years. I think that's what everybody's chasing.
I won't disagree because again, I play very few MMOs actually. And when I play a new MMO, like I try most new MMOs that come out. Like I tried Blade and Soul and I tell you what I ended up giving them is
I knew that was gonna be shit.
I end up giving new MMOs about 3 minutes, honestly. And I know that's really unfair, but like. I came into Blade and Soul, I'm like, nope, this is garbage. Logged out. I tried Final Fantasy, I'm like, not for me. Logged out. Guild Wars, I'm like, nope, this game is shit. Logged out. Archage, I got literally about 3 minutes in that game, and I was like, nope, this is shit. So I'm with you. I agree that people want, especially serious MMO, because I mean, I don't understand people that play MMOs super, super casually. I have a really hard time doing that because, like, if you're playing WoW and you're playing Wildstar and you're playing SWTOR and you're playing all these MMOs and you're only playing them for, like, 1 day a week, you're not even really playing them, in my opinion.
Yeah, like, I don't want to play, like, when I play an MMO, I want that to be the only thing I play. Like, the only, not just the only MMO, I mean the only thing I play.
Right.
That would be, like, the optimal situation.
Kind of what I'm doing now, because I'm kind of kind of floating a little bit, what I find myself doing is being hooked on. I'm playing like 3 or 4 MMOs, but I kind of focus my time on them. So I like, Wildstar. I played Wildstar pretty exclusively for that double XP weekend for like a few days, and then I played like,
see, I can't
Star
do
Wars before, and then whatever. But I can't play like. I wouldn't say that I'm actively playing Wildstar right now. I wouldn't say that I'm actively.
Apparently,
playing
SWTOR is actually doing pretty good. Like, apparently, like, their whole free-to-play thing is actually, like, they have, like, a loyal player base, and it's, like, fine.
I mean, did we talk about it on this podcast? Doesn't surprise me at all. Like, I came back to SWTOR.
If I was to go back to an MMO, I think SWTOR would be up high on the list if I was to. Yeah. Obviously, with Legion, like, I've always had a soft spot in my heart for fucking 3v3 arenas. That's no surprise, but, well, like, actually playing an MMO, SWTOR, I don't know. Who knows? I haven't looked into it too much, but apparently it's doing pretty well. And I know that Final Fantasy game is doing decently well as well. But everything else other than those 2 games, like WoW, Final Fantasy, and SWTOR, everything else seems to be, like, questionable for me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's not a lot out, dude. I mean, that's why I think this BDO thing has sucked me in, because it's nice, it's different.
Yeah, I think BDO will actually have some staying power. I just don't think that it's going to be the second coming of Christ that a lot of people are making it out to be.
What I think will happen to me, or if I had to predict what would happen to me, is I think I'm going to hit max level on 1 or maybe 2 characters. I'm going to kind of do the little, because I'm still leveling, I'm going to kind of do the farming system for a little bit and try gear progression. And if gear progression isn't feeling good to me, then I think I'll probably stop. But I think the leveling process. I think the leveling process has got me hooked right now because I'm not there yet. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of shit in the game that's new to me. Like, just the NPCs and the mobs that I encounter. I'm like, that, because the graphics look good. I'm like, that looks fucking cool. So, like, that's kind of still got me. But once that goes away, I may stop. I'm not gonna lie.
That's the thing. I just think it's ultimately kind of a shallow game.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, the crafting systems are deep, but, like, again, created all this PvE content that once you see it once, it kind of loses its appeal. And I think the future of MMOs really is in games like Crowfall, and that are being smart with, like, the content they're developing and not having it just, like, be flushed down the drain once you see it once.
No, I agree. I think that's
and BDO, I have to give them credit because they are doing that with, like, their crafting systems being deep. World of Warcraft is the worst offender of this. Their shit is irrelevant, like, 6 months down the road. Like, it is truly amazing.
I would love to see, because I mean these things get developed so far out. I would love to see what their ideas are post Legion, because I think with how they've got it set up right now with LFR, with regular rating, heroic, and mythic, I think they have to start doing something else.
I don't know why they don't go back to the BC way of rating. Like, Burning Crusade had it right, and for bang for your buck for Blizzard and for the consumer. Well, Classic as well, where you progressed from raid to raid to raid, where, like, I think BC did this best, where you started off in Karazhan, then you went to SSC, then you went to this place and that place and that place, and you went from dungeon to dungeon to dungeon throughout the entire expansion. And now they did away with that completely. Like, once the new raid comes out, everyone is doing the new raid, and no one is doing the old raid. It's just, they kill their own content. It's fucking dumb.
Right. I think I would bet post Legion, WoW does something different. Because, I mean, if you look at the system like the Garrison, right? And the reason that the Garrison was so polarizing was because it was basically people were like, you can AFK gear, right? That was like their thing.
And it was
AFK
like professions,
it was forcing
AFK
you to
money, AFK everything.
You can AFK a lot of things, right? But if you had a system that was actually like a different viable in-game system other than rating, that was still progression, like a Garrison on steroids that wasn't AFK, right? Like, you actually had to do something for it. I think WoW could find new legs, right? I think the problem now is that all they have is this raid ladder model, and it's like fucking raid or die. That's really what it is. Because, like, who the shit cares about leveling in WoW, or fucking rep grinds, or dailies, or, I mean, zones like like the Timeless Isle or fucking Tanan are okay, but they don't have really good staying power either. You know, I think they have to do something.
Yeah, WoW is the absolute worst offender when it comes to just like poorly designed content in terms of replayability and longevity. It's staggering how quick the shit becomes irrelevant. Worse than any other MMO I've seen.
Oh yeah, I would not.
It makes me wonder why why don't they have like some sort of like world events that happen in like random zones? Like the worst time they've ever done this was the Cataclysm expansion. They redid the entire fucking world for Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor. The entire thing, because I was an old school lore master that did every single quest literally in those old zones. So I did all the old ones. They redid almost all of them, and they're all very well done. And it's very clever. Anyone that played Classic WoW and then goes back and looks at the Cataclysm zones and sees what changed and sees like how the NPCs are different and how they have like, oh my god, isn't that crazy that happened? It's very clever and very well done. Irrelevant. It doesn't matter because everyone instantly levels to 70 or whatever. Like it is fucking staggering. Like that no one has seen any of that really, unless you went back and did it for the achievements. You didn't see it. It's fucking pointless. Complete waste of time and money.
Oh no, I completely agree.
Yeah, and it's very well done. That's the thing. It's the saddest part is that it's so well done.
What they could do, and what they're like. That's what I'm saying after Legion, because what they got in Legion is you can do all the questing content. It doesn't matter when you're leveling in Legion at any level, except for like the max level shit.
Yeah,
so like you scale. So that's cool. But what they're doing with like time walking is making like they're making them. But see. And this is quintessential Blizzard to me, is they have some really cool idea and they have to like be so conservative with it. Like time walking should not be a thing that happens every 3 fucking weeks. They should have a system in place post Legion where you can all of the raid content and dungeon content in WoW is relevant. And you can take your friends and you can go do any of the content at any time and get gear that is current content relevant. Why would they not?
That's problematic though. Like that's
why?
Because that's a lot for them to do. I just think
how is it a lot for them? They already have the tech to scale it.
Because
right now.
People would find like it would just be a lot of headaches because people would find like, oh, this is the raid you want to do. It's the easiest one. Blah 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 blah. Like I honestly think
you can do it where it rewards LFR quality loot. Like
I think that's just a little overkill. I think if they literally just actively stopped making the content irrelevant the second the next patch comes out, I think that would be a step in the right direction. Like, because the way they used to do it, which made fucking sense, is when the new raid comes out, the old raid becomes easier because new items come into the ecosystem. There's some new crafted stuff. It's easier. The old raid becomes easier due to power creep, and the players that weren't able to do the old raid can now do it because it's a little easier, just because there's more powerful items in the ecosystem, and then those people do that raid. The next raid comes out, and they go up.
That's what they had in tier.
They did away with that. They started doing away with it in Wrath, kind of.
No, dude, they just had it, dude. Highmaul.
No one does the old raids when the new raid comes out.
No, they did, man. Highmaul.
That must be new or something, because I have never heard of that post Cataclysm happening. It's always the new raid comes out and everything else is irrelevant.
Man, you got me like thinking about tier 17. Now I'm remembering something, so I don't talk out my ass. But tier 16 was Siege of Orgrimmar. 18 was Hellfire Citadel. Tier 17 was Blackrock and Highmaul, right? Yes. So Highmaul, and they did it with in Mist, dude. They did it with Moshagan Vaults and Terrace of the Endless Spring and Heart of Fear raids. Like, they're all the same tier, but they're progressing eye levels. So the idea is that you do one of them, and then the other one comes out, and you do a couple bosses in that one, and then you go back and do the other one. Like, that's still there. Like, that's not gone.
I don't think it's anywhere close to the extent it used to be.
It might not be, but I'm telling you that
in Classic, dude, in Classic, people were literally running the beginning dungeons until the very end of the expansion.
Well, now they force you to do it. Like, if you wanted to get your legendary right now, you would have to go do fucking, like, they made it easier, but you'd have to go do, like, Highmall and Blackrock LFR to get the item drops to get your legendary.
First of all, that's dumb that everyone gets a
legendary. I agree.
That's fucking dumb.
I agree, but what I'm telling you is they're trying to do what you're saying. They're
doing it the complete wrong way. You can't give out fucking free gear that's better than the stuff that comes from the old raids by doing LFR of the new raids. Like, that's the quintessential problem
on the auction house.
What?
BOEs on the auction house is another thing, because when the new raid comes out,
I don't have any problem with BOEs. BOEs have always been a thing that has, in the past, like in BC and in Classic, BOEs would come out, and that would be one of the things that would make the old tier easier for the people that weren't able to do it. So I think BOEs are fine. I guess within reason, as long as it doesn't completely make the old raid irrelevant. Like, for example, like when a new raid would come out, there'd be like some sort of like badge cape, and you could go and pick up like a current eye level badge cape, and you would have a kick-ass cape for the old raid that you couldn't do. That was better than something that would drop in the old raid, but you still had plenty of other upgrades you could get in the old raid to prepare you for the new one. Like,
I'm telling you that system is still kind of sort of there. It's not.
Maybe it is like the most half-assed thing ever, but from my understanding, WoW just kills its old raids like the second they come out. The second the new one comes out, it's essentially
for the most part they.
That did not.
I mean, that's
the thing is that didn't used to be the case at all. People ran Karazhan through like the entire fucking thing of BC.
Well, right, they don't do that. Certainly, by the time Hellfire's out, no one's running Highmall.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb. Like, why they kill their own shit?
But they do it within tiers. I don't know. I think some of it though is I think the WoW populace has been dumbed down to want that. Like, I know when I'm in the game, like, I don't want to go raid old shit when the new shit's out.
But it didn't used to be like that.
Right, but
people got excited because it was an awesome fucking thing to do when your guild would transition from a new raid to a new raid to a new raid. Like, I remember in BC, I raided like really casually with my shit-tard guild because I was like 12. And it was cool because we went from Karazhan to SSC to the next thing, and even though we were complete dog shit, we were still having a good time because we were progressing from raid to raid to raid, getting better gear, even though it wasn't fucking Sunwell gear.
Right.
It was still a fun time.
What's changed that is like the mentality of the WoW player now. People look at people
they
like Paragon and or Method or whatever. You know, like they look at guilds that can raid. It's kind of like, oh, I guess we could. No one wants to be at a guild that raids fucking Highmall when Hellfire's out. You know what I mean? Like, if you're doing that, you suck.
Yeah, but that was fine.
Right. I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is that the WoW demographic
that inequality has to be there for an MMO to be good. Like, one of my favorite things in WoW that ever happened, and I still remember it to this fucking day. I remember when I first started. Well, this wasn't when I first started playing the game, but I was like 12 or 13, fucking horrible at the game. And I remember running around in Ironforge, and I saw a gnome warrior in full dreadnought gear, which was from Nax. Full dreadnought gear, looked cool as fuck. Had like an epic mount and all of this awesome shit that I didn't have and was never gonna have. And I thought that was awesome. That he had that shit and he was a badass and I wasn't. Like, I liked that there was like this like almost mythical godlike creature sitting in Ironforge that was this player that was able to do this fucking thing that not many people could do, and he's standing there.
That
doesn't exist anymore.
The problem, though, is the reason that doesn't exist anymore is because, in my opinion, how they're trying to recreate that is by making the mythic tier sets slightly different.
That's not even close.
Which does not good.
It's not even close.
I agree, and I'm not going to make the argument that it is.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that's what they're trying to do by recreating and mounts, mythic mounts. But the problem is what people do then is what they've created is a culture where if you want a mythic mount and you're on a mythic guild, all you need to do is go make money via the billions of systems that are in place to AFK do that in WoW now, or buy tokens, and just pay some guild at the end of the tier to get you the mount that you want. Like that's all you got to do is just go. It's a drop, whatever. I mean, I plan on doing it for the Hellfire mount before Legion comes out when it gets cheaper. So they've just kind of cheapened the experience. I think they need to do something. I mean, even look at crafting, dude. Like, there's no point in crafting like very, very late in the expansion because, yeah, you can make some money doing it, but there's nothing that distinguishes you as a crafter. Like, why don't crafters be able to make the coolest looking like transmog shit that you can get nowhere else? You know what I mean? And have it be different colors, have it be random, have it, I mean, there's so many things they could do with WoW. It seems almost like, I don't want to say lazy, but it's like they keep trying different things that just aren't.
That's the one thing that's cool about Crowfall is that the crafting is going to be such a fucking huge deal.
Right.
Like, I feel like the best players in Crowfall aren't even going to be the ones that are actually good at like the mechanical combat of the game. I feel like the people that are going to like be like the most influential are not even going to be the people that are actually good at the game in a general sense, though. You would think.
No, I agree. There's a Onres who's a big Wildstar econ person. That's his whole thing with his crew.
Yeah, like I have a feeling that those type of people are going to be so fucking influential in a game like Crowfall. Like it's going to be like huge. I'm really excited for that kind of shit. Because that stuff has been killed by the new MMOs.
I'm excited for you to get me alpha access so I can check out Crowfall.
Dude, I got a referral link, right? You get 5% off.
5% of $150? Wow.
Dude,
such a good deal.
Dude, you know how many people signed up with my referral link so far?
So excited.
I have to calculate this shit. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to share this, but it makes the game look good, so they won't get mad, I don't think, right? 44, 35. Guess how many people have signed up with my referral link and created accounts and said, I'm interested in this shit?
37.
584.
Really?
Yeah, it was way more than I thought it was going to be.
And back the game?
No. Some people have definitely backed the game, though. I'm not going to share that because I'm pretty sure they don't want me to share that, but the amount there. But in terms of like the amount of people that have clicked the link and said, yeah, I want to create an account and get like updates on this, and 584 people,
that's a lot,
which is kind of a lot. That's a fucking lot, especially from a small time dead YouTuber like me.
Right, small potatoes. Speaking of games that you're excited about, I'm going to buy into Paragon's Early Access March 14th.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. It looks
good.
Cool. It's worth my $20.
Well, yeah, it's $20? Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. It's good. It's a good game. I'm looking forward to that coming out. And the NDA gets dropped here pretty soon, so I've got some videos that I want to make.
But people are already dropping videos. How are they dropping videos if there's an NDA?
So I have a video out. I think all the videos you're seeing right now are from people that went to the community event. I don't think they fully dropped the NDA for everybody yet.
Oh, that was like you shitting on people.
Was there a watermark on the video? Right? Was there like a... Did it look weird? Was there a watermark or anything?
I don't know, dude.
It was probably from the community event.
I think it was like maybe Force or Fever's video or something.
Oh, yeah, if it was Force, then it was from the community event because I was there with him.
Right. I was the video of you playing like the stealth ninja person who was shitting on a bunch of people.
Yeah, that was me.
Right. You know what I'd like to make a video of? Fucking Overwatch, but I'm not in it. Do you have a son that
neither
can hook
am
me
I.
up?
I'm not in it either. Not legitimately.
Right, do you have a son?
No, I am. My son got in legitimately.
Right, I need one of your sons to hook me up. Because right now, all my kids are fucking bumps.
You've got some sons that are in this thing.
I do, but none of them are fucking cool enough to hook dad up.
Shit.
I played Legion Alpha a little bit from one of my kids' accounts, but...
What's tickling your fancy on the Legion Alpha so far?
Demon Hunters in general.
Yeah, I haven't messed around with it yet. I'm thinking I might do that a little.
All the class shit. Session. I don't give a flying fuck about class changes until they go live, because dude, it's shit change. Everybody gets so up in arms. Oh my god, they're making
it's gonna change, but it's not gonna change that much.
Dude, monks completely changed by the time they announced them until they actually made live.
Well,
they
give me a big difference.
Dark chi and light chi, and they had.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah, you generated like white and you spent dark. It was a really weird, cumbersome system that they showed. Any people could play at BlizzCon. by the time they went live, chi was just chi, and it was a resource, and it kind of got, yeah, dude. I mean, they changed a lot of shit, like the way things work, the way. I mean, I don't hold any water to fucking class changes. Until
my issue with the Demon Hunter that I think is just gonna be tough for them is I'm curious how they're gonna value the mobility, because obviously with a class that is as mobile as Demon Hunters are, they're gonna have to even them out with some other way, right? So my concern is are these motherfuckers just gonna get blown up in PvP? I have a feeling that's gonna happen because they've got all this mobility, and they don't want to give a class a lot of mobility and a lot of survivability, because then it's just some unkillable fucking thing in the hands of a good player. But I don't want to play a class that's super mobile that just dies in a Hodge every single time if you don't have X, 1 cooldown up. Because that was how monks were. Monks were super mobile, but it's just you just exploded at the start of the game. When I played Mop at the start, and Windwalkers were so dog shit at the start of Mop, it was absurd. And you literally had warriors one-shotting people as well. So, I just think that's a big concern. Is they have so much mobility, and how are they gonna what's gonna get shit on? Are they gonna do less damage, or I have a feeling it's gonna be survivability is where they're gonna get hit.
So I don't know if you heard me, but when you just explained all that, I was like, hang on, I'll be right back, because I'm podcasting from my attic. I have my office is in my attic. It's a converted bedroom. It's really cool. And there's 2 doors that lead to my insulation where the actual attic is on the sides. Uh-huh. And I thought I smelled I had the open house today. So all my lights were on. And I smelled burning, and I looked over, and the lights were on in the actual attic, and I thought the insulation was on fire. So I'm pretty sure, I was 90% sure my house was on fire. That's why I was I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And then you explained all that. But
you didn't miss anything.
But no worries. I think what you're talking about is mobility. And that's the other thing with Demon Hunters. The thing that I worry about is that I think with double jump, people are going to bitch so bad that Demon Hunters have double jump and no one else does.
I don't think so.
It's going to get nerfed to the point where it's not fun. Or the glide. If you haven't played the glide, so you can double jump.
Yeah, I've played it.
It's fun as shit. If that stays in the game,
it will.
I will congratulate Blizzard, because
it'll stay in the game. That will stay in the game. But what I'm worried about is Demon Hunters just getting completely blown up in PvP because they have all this mobility, and they don't want to give them a lot of survivability and mobility. So it's going to be one of those things where I just have a feeling they're just going to get blown up in stuns. It's going to be like Windwalker 2.0 when it first came out in Mob.
Yeah, probably. If Blizzard does have a track record of anything, it's not getting a class. Either making a class super overpowered or making them super shit when they first come out. And I think they usually default to overpowered because they want people to play the new class. Well, monks are the most underplayed class in the game right now.
Yeah. Well, they came out and they were so shit. They were fucking ass. I don't know about Mistweavers, but Windwalkers were fucking shit.
Then they were really, really, really strong, and then they were really, really nerfed. They have a really hard time. I mean,
my
honestly,
problem with Blizzard is they take so long to do the balancing patches. It's unacceptably long. I think they've gotten better with this with time, but dude, Warriors at the start of Mop were literally one-shotting people. Literally one-shotting people.
I remember that.
Did you?
I remember that they would do they'd stack some Colossus Smash crit or some shit.
This is one of my favorite WoW videos.
What was this? You're gonna link this Swifty video?
No. It's the Vive one shot. This is one of the best arena games ever played. Here, you want to cue this thing up, and just 3, 2, 1 and play it.
Sure.
Let me know when you've got the video loaded at 0.
I'm good.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, play.
Got a Pence in the priest.
Innovate, fuck.
This is the fucking.
I have Avatar.
Innovate.
The quintessential
retarded. Silenced. Kick this favorite touch.
This shit is great. How this game plays out.
I'm just sham rage for mana. Fuck.
I'm polyed.
I'm a valid target for 1 minute, okay?
No, I have Saxon Avatar.
Getting in this, son.
Just fucking wait. It gets so good.
Got it.
Oh fuck. Throw me now. This is definitely danger zone. Definitely danger zone.
Once I get out of this ring, oh fuck, you're dead.
Wow, 5 stacks in Avatar. Hold, stay in the game, stay in the game. I'm gonna try to one-shot this druid.
This shit
Okay,
is
I'm going on with you. I have my one shot too, actually. Go, go, go! Yes!
Go mage.
No, dude, I just died. I just.
How good is that, dude? How fucking sick is
so much
that?
damage right now.
I'm gonna heal.
I'm trying
That's
at
pretty
least.
good.
Dude, they come back and win this game.
Ah, good luck with this one, dude. But he has a lot of health. The fuck?
Wow.
Oh, shock that off. Grounding, grounding, grounding.
I'll mage, I'll mage.
I'm H right now. I don't have freedom totem, fuck.
He's so low, man. He's so low.
Dude,
Come on,
I
second
fucking
win,
love
bro.
this shit.
Don't let him get it.
Friendly priest, stay mage, stay mage.
Oh,
Vive's in trouble,
Yeah.
dude. You have to buck.
now
See,
Anyway, you get the idea. They come back and win that game in excellent fashion.
Second time that.
yeah, dude.
Dude, 300k heroic strike. Just literal one shot. Bloop. It took them months to nerf that. Months.
I mean, at least it's not bad as Wildstar and their fucking PvP balancing.
Wildstar is like, I think WoW is worse than Wildstar, because like with WoW they aren't dumb. Like Wildstar is just like pure incompetence. Like how the fuck does a 90% snare slow? Like I mean I guess it's a little bit of both, but like I feel like with Wildstar they just had the complete wrong people there.
Speaking of, did you hear that Timetravel's out?
What?
Oh yeah, gone.
Dude, I'm gonna check this out. Are people crying? Like that's like put the flag at half staff.
I guess you didn't hear that.
No, is it huge? Because he's like the game, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I heard. There are a couple people on Twitter today that
Are people announcing that they're quitting the game? I feel like that would be like almost a proper response.
RIP Timetravel is right here.
I bet he got a sick offer from some other company. Like that dude is talented. Those raids are sick.
equals RIP Wildstar. You were
It's
the
true.
only hope for this game.
It's
Yeah,
so
but
true.
I'm
Like
gonna
if-
argue with you a little bit, and this is where my argument's gonna come from. So I know a couple people that were ex-devs at Wildstar when Wildstar was in its infancy, and the combat system and a lot of the dungeons that are really good. And first of all, I want to preface this by saying I'm not shitting on time travel, but a lot of the dungeons that were really good with mechanics and design and all that other stuff were the product of Chris Lynch and his team. The combat was the product of Chris
those guys
Lynch.
did well.
Right. And the same people said that time travel was not really the best idea guy. I will say, though, that like for the guilds that were raiding, and you obviously know more than I do because you interact with them a lot more, but like the people that I talked to on Twitter today that's still raiding in DS and shit like that, you know, he's the guy that if you had a bug, he was the one that actually would go fucking fix it because otherwise it would get lost in like Carbine support hell and never get fixed ever. Which is good, right? I'm not going to downplay the dude's like effect or impact on the game. But I will say that if your whole fucking system relies on your one raid dev pushing changes that are like game breaking critical, like your system probably fucking sucks. And while losing time travel is probably bad,
Dude, it's huge.
I will say that if you've got a regime change, well, the one thing Wildstar needs is fresh ideas. And they need, you know, like ways to get people interested in that game to actually make it viable. And if they had to lose time travel to get fresh ideas in there and get new people, I mean, probably wasn't the best choice.
I don't think they like fired him. That would be crazy. There's no way they fired him.
He's pretty sad. He was pretty sad on Twitter.
If they fired him, that is absurd.
Look at his Twitter. That's all I'm gonna say is he was really not. He was.
If that is true, that is insane. What I would guess if you just told me time travel left and that's all I heard, I would have guessed that somebody gave him some insane offer at like Blizzard or some other MMO to help design their raids.
He deleted all these tweets, but I'm telling you, his Twitter yesterday was like.
I'm sure
all I can say is I don't work there anymore. I can't go into specifics. Sorry, you know, he was really like was not mutual, dude. I'm telling you.
Wow, that's insane. That dude, yeah. That dude was good.
I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm just, but would you agree?
I agree that new people need to come in, especially in terms of PvP. Like that one chick, what's her name?
Jen Gordy.
Yeah, not a fan. Even though like I don't dislike her as a person. I just think like truly she is incompetent when it comes to the PvP in the game. It's just like if she was the person that was the PvP person, she dropped the ball so many fucking times and so hard and so far that it's just unacceptable.
The part of the problem with Carbine was that people that didn't have experience and just were liked by management got promoted better and paid more, and more than people that had the good ideas. They drove out people that actually did the good shit. So Timetravel did a good job, but he was never like a lead of anything. They made him that. He was like the group content fucking lead. Jen Gordy was just a designer that somehow became the fucking like PvP queen. All this. So a lot of like Carbine's problems were promoting the wrong fucking people and pushing out the right people. So
yeah, but Chad
Moore at the helm. Chad Moore was the lore guy.
And now he runs the game.
Now he runs the game. And I will say, if anybody's going to fucking right the ship, they had to get Gaffney and Donatelli out of there because they were just fucking ego factories. So now that Chad Moore's there, I'm hoping that the regime changes enough that they can turn that game around.
I liked a lot of the... I had good interactions a lot of the... Even though I'm shitting on Jen Gordy, I remember talking to her in the fucking, war plots thing, which, again, was a fucking huge ball drop.
Right.
Fucking massive drop
selling
balls.
Feature on the box that I never got to do once.
Have you even seen more plots, as the loading screen would say?
No.
God, dude, the PvP was absolutely just unacceptable. So many things about it.
You can't even do the contracts because Daggerstone won't load because it doesn't get 15 people on the fucking queue.
Yeah, the PvP was just truly an abomination. People can talk shit. I really don't think that you can talk shit about Wildstar when it comes to the PvE, unless you're gonna take it from the stance of I'm a casual player and this stuff is too difficult.
Right.
That's fine. That's an acceptable stance. But in terms of mechanically, it's saying the dungeons and raids were bad, no, they were just not. They were very good. Very good. Very good PvE.
They use the environment. Stormtown. When I did Stormtown, I was like, this is a game-changingly fun fucking game.
The dungeons were excellent and the raids were excellent. And that's what Timetravel did, was the dungeons and the raids, and he talked to the World First Guild, talked to our guild, talked to all the top guilds saying, hey, what?
Did you just hear me fart? I farted really loud.
Maybe. But he would talk to us and say, hey... did you guys run into any bugs? And then he would get those bugs fast tracked and fixed, and we would he was our fucking hotline to Carbine.
Right, but you shouldn't need that. You should just be able to have a dev team, right, that was there and supporting you. And if the bugs went in the fucking regular ticket service, somebody would fucking jump.
Yeah, but everybody's got a hotline. I'm sure all the top WoW guilds have a hotline.
I'm sure they do too.
Guaranteed.
But it's not just one fucking... It's not a single point of failure, dude.
If Carbine loses Timetravel... There was a guy named Tyrius that was also a hotline, but, Timetravel was the main one. And even when I was in Subterfuge, which was by no fucking stretch of the imagination a top guild, not that I'm shitting on them, but, compared to Enigma's, no. Timetravel would talk to us as well when I was in there. And, dude, he was just there a lot.
Yeah, no, I got it.
I don't know. He's just a good dude that, and all of the features he's responsible for are fucking good.
Right. No, I got it.
Those are the best parts of the game.
I wished him the best. Yeah. But I wouldn't say that he was the one who fucking designed Datascape.
He was the lead raid designer.
So I don't think so. Not when those things actually were being created back in beta. I think he was on the team. I think he was on the team as well, but I'm pretty sure he was the head honcho. I'm not. Well, okay. I don't
because when I was in the beta, he was the guy we would talk to.
Yeah, I think he was on the team. I'm pretty sure Chris Lynch wasn't he?
He was the combat guy.
And then Hugh, who was the class lead? The bearded dude.
I'm saying that when it came to designing the raids and the dungeons and the mechanics and how the fights were going to work, he was the guy
I don't
that
think
was
so.
in charge
Actually,
of the team.
you know what?
I'm pretty fucking sure.
Well, hang on. What I'm going to tell you is who I actually just had listened to our show was Maddie K, who was the original UI designer on Wildstar. And if he listens to this episode, I think we had a little talk about that. He can clarify who the guy was. If it was. It may be, and I may be wrong, but I think he was just a designer, but he might have been the lead. But we'll see. So, Matt, if you're listening, fucking just put in the comment section who's right, me or Zybak.
I don't know. From all the time I spent in the beta, he was always the guy that was asking us all the questions and stuff.
Yeah, he may be.
I mean, obviously, the response of the community has not been like good. That he
right.
like.
I'm
looking at the subreddit. Brett's remembrance. Like, what the fuck? Like, people are like, and for good reason.
Certainly after they ran out everybody, he was, you know what I mean. He was the guy that was left. And secondly, I really don't want to downplay his contributions because obviously he gave a lot of shit about the game and he was important. I'm just saying that, there were other people in the picture too, just not towards the end of it. But yeah, dude, he's out. I'm glad I told you that. I'm glad you didn't hear about that until the show.
Yeah.
That was better.
That's
you know who
insane.
else is out?
Who?
T for teen.
Holly Holm and Conor McGregor. Did you watch the fight last night or no?
No.
Oh.
They lose?
Well, the guy that's going to be, that wrote all the comments about us talking about MMA is going to be upset that you didn't watch it. You know when I actually, how I watched it?
Did Conor lose?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nate
Wow.
Diaz had a bloody-ass face. And
is that who he fought?
Nate Diaz, yeah.
Nate? Wow. That's got to be a fucking upset, eh?
Yeah.
Is that like the upset of a fucking lifetime?
I follow this comedian, and do you like stand-up comedy?
Yeah. Is it Joe Rogan?
No. He's not right. No, but yes, he does stand-up comedy, but no. This guy named Chris Tinkle, like Kristinnklele.
No, I've never heard of him.
You need to look up his stand-up. Number one, it's fucking hilarious, and number two, he's a huge MMA fan. Apparently, he was telling all his family and friends to like bet on Nate Diaz, and I'm friends with him on Facebook. He posted today. He bet $60 on Nate Diaz and won $1,000.
Shit, dude, that's some odds there.
Yeah, dude, McGregor.
Misha Tate beats Holly Holm. Interesting.
Yep.
Wow. So I was saying on the last Hive Mind
chops.
podcast about, or not last one, when Ronda Rousey lost, we were doing the podcast at that point, and people were saying that there's no way that Ronda Rousey could beat Holly Holm, but yet she loses to Misha Tate, which Ronda Rousey shit on twice, right?
And it's about to be a third time. Yeah.
So it's just interesting, how anybody can have a good night, because it's just weird. Didn't Ronda Rousey just shit on Misha Tate both times?
Yeah, but it's different facets of people's game, right? Like, it's different facets of people's game.
I just think it's that's why I think it's interesting.
Right.
It's almost like rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm curious to see how I think that gives some legitimacy to the Holly Holm Ronda Rousey rematch, because a lot of people are saying that shouldn't even be a rematch because it was so one-sided. But I think the fact that she lost now makes it less one-sided.
Right. And I mean, her ground game was exposed really bad by Misha Tate. Actually, how I watched the fight, I don't pay for these. I was on Mumble.
How dare you!
I was on TeamSpeak.
Shame!
And, I was on TeamSpeak, and my buddy, who was on the TeamSpeak with me, he goes, "Hey, check this out," and he links it, and it was www.stream.tv/us.sports. Some fucking shit. And it pulled up this page, and it was all this probably 70,000 viruses and so I clicked all the pop-ups, and it was actually a low-quality stream of the fight for free on the internet. So that's how I watched it.
Was it live? Were you watching it live?
Yeah, it was live, dude. Live.
Yeah, see, I would normally just wait and just until there's a higher quality version of it out the next day.
Some people were talking about GSP was in the crowd, and I think the UFC, dude,
done.
Huh?
That dude's done. He's not gonna come back. I
don't know, man.
I
think UFC just, to me, I was a really big I used to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for a couple of years actually.
Oh, that shit! You won't catch me in there doing that shit.
Yeah, well, I did it. It was fun. But I was a fan back way in the early days of UFC,
Before
and
it was cool.
Yeah, well, no, not like that. But like I had the DVDs of like the first couple, and I got in when
they were
like Matt
kicking
Hughes
people
was
in the
big.
face when they were on the ground.
No, not like that.
Yeah, dude, those early ones they didn't have fucking rules, man.
Did you see UFC 1 where the sumo wrestler gets punted in the face by the kickboxer?
No, I've heard stories about the old ones where there's like no fucking rules.
Dude, you need to go find it on YouTube. Hang on, actually, hang on. UFC, hang on. This is gonna be worth it. UFC 1 kickboxer.
Man, this fucking Holly Holm chick fell from the spotlight fucking instantly. She went from like king of the world to like, oh shit.
Right.
That this does make the women's fighting era or women's fighting scene a lot more interesting now that you have like, because at first it was like, oh, Ronda Rousey, she's unbeatable, and then like she gets fucking smashed by this other chick, and now everyone just assumes she's unbeatable, and then she just gets instantly fucking beat by somebody that's been beaten by the other person that just got smashed. It's like fucking crazy.
So, all right, so this video right here, I'm gonna link you.
Okay.
I don't want you to watch the whole video, but I want you to go to go to 50 seconds.
Okay.
Watch the sumo wrestler and the kickboxer. He bull rushes him, and then the dude punts him in the mouth.
This is unlike anything you've ever seen before.
Well, this is just a freak show.
You know what happened when he punted him in the mouth like that?
What?
His tooth flew underneath the booth of where the casters were, and they're like, "Oh, there's a fucking tooth over here, Jim." Like, then the announcers don't know what to do because there was no rules on like when to stop it or anything, you know. And so they're like, did we let him keep going? I mean, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, yeah, dude, that guy got fucked up. But it's really funny to watch UFC 1 because, like, Jim Brown.
I wonder what the weight difference is on that, dude.
A lot, dude. A lot. So, the Gracie's too.
I guess this was before it was, like, sanctioned by
oh, yeah.
But
see, I got in when, like, Matt Hughes was big, Chuck Liddell, like, all those big, like, Tim Sylvia, like, all those, like, big guys that were, like, you know, back in the early days of UFC.
This is like a straight up freak show where one guy's wearing a gi and the other guy's in like traditional boxing gear. It's like Clash of the fucking.
How it started, dude.
I know.
It started as like a.
They should go back to that. This shit's so much more entertaining because you have like different people to root for.
I think the UFC is kind of like their big stars have kind of like. Now they're hyping people so much that like a lot of the like good talent is kind of getting drowned out. Like Conor McGregor, I mean, like, okay,
he's hyped up the shit.
You know, Ronda Rousey, you know, okay.
Well, what do you mean?
Who the fuck was Ronda Rousey's competition for a long time?
Yeah, it was like soccer moms that got into MMA to help lose weight.
Right. I always said that was the only reason that she was so, and like everybody was touting her as like the second coming of Jesus Christ in fucking sports. No, it's because women's MMA, there's no fucking competition. Like,
Not yet.
She's
I mean,
an
it's
angry
obviously
chick with
changing,
daddy
though.
issues that just shit on people. You know, she finally found somebody and she went in overconfident and she got beat. But
I think she could definitely win the rematch though. Like I think
Probably.
she's good. Obviously she's good.
But her competition sucks. It's not. My firm position is that it's not that Ronda Rousey is so overwhelmingly dominant. It's just that her competition in the field of women's MMA is fucking just shit.
Well, it's shit right now.
When has it ever not been shit?
It's shit right now, but it's not going to be shit. Like, it's going to get better. It's going to be like WoW. It's going to be like WoW fucking PvP.
We're in vanilla right now?
Yeah, we're in
One
vanilla.
guild?
We're in vanilla, and,
with one guild.
and some guy just figured out how to shout a word death a polymorph. Like,
you know what was really funny? Like last night
have
I
you
was
seen the
watching
vanilla videos where it was like where you go back and watch some guy in his vanilla, like in vanilla WoW, and he's like, dude, he was the sickest guy ever in vanilla, and you go back and watch the video, and it's just like so cringe and bad. Yeah. Like even the worst players now wouldn't do some of the shit that like those quote unquote best players were doing back then.
Yeah, I was watching the fight last night, and Misha Tate was fighting Holly Holm, and they were on the ground doing their ground and pound or whatever, and it's really funny. Like So like I'm constantly watching for like a tit or something, and like Misha Tate had Holly Holm on the ground, and the camera angle was from the back, and you could see like her ass and like the outline of like her clam from like the shorts, and Holly Holm like basically like did a lifting like fucking knee fucking cunt punt like right in her twat between her legs. I don't know why.
The only thing with some of these chicks is that they might have dicks from all the fucking testosterone.
Really have you seen the UFC where the guy popped the? So you know what cauliflower ear is, right?
Yeah.
So it's where like you grapple so much on your ear that it dislodges like the skin from the cartilage and you get fluid buildup. Well, if you don't drain that, it can harden, and then it's kind of like it's just like a substance that you have to get it surgically removed anyway. So this guy had cauliflower ear, and I forget who it was, but he took a right cross, like right to the fucking like ear, and it just went and just fucking popped like a goddamn like Wildstar fucking pustule, like all over the fucking octagon. Just like it was really fucking nasty.
If you want to see something like, dude, the amount of like drugs and shit these like female fighters take, it's just like, I wonder how many of them do have the whole clit dick going on. Are you familiar with that? These
what
chicks,
the shit is that?
Dude, I know. Like, a lot of people probably aren't gonna believe me. Well, like when I said a lot of these chicks have dicks, they might have dicks. Like I was being literal. I wasn't saying that as like a joke, as in they look manly. I mean like
you
they
have to Google to find Holly Holm's
Holly Holm dick. That's what you Google if you want to find it. But
that is a really big.
Yeah, I was not aware that apparently females can grow dicks if they take large amounts of like testosterone and shit. They literally grow a dick where their clit is. It's a little tiny dick.
Well, a clit.
And a lot of people probably think I'm bullshitting, but it's fucking real. And I thought it was bullshit too when somebody told me the first time, and it's fucking real.
Have you seen do you remember all the UFC fighters that used to get sponsored by Condom Depot?
Yeah.
So like look at that. It's an article that says Condom Depot loses UFC ass privileges. So like all these fighters had on their ass fucking condomdepot.com. And that's just fucking hilarious. Oh man. That's funny that Holly's clit dick. That's shit.
Yeah. I bet a lot of them have that. I would not be shocked because I mean to compete at that level, like they're you gotta have that chemical advantage,
Right.
And that shit's permanent. It's not like where dudes when dudes take testosterone, their testicles get like smaller apparently, but that like comes back. Like once you stop taking the shit, everything comes back. But the old clit dick, nope. Apparently that shit's just there forever.
Yeah, here's even one with Rousey. Rousey having the clit dick.
I don't doubt it, dude.
Look right there.
What do they do? Just tape that shit down?
I don't know. Are you gonna make clit dick one of the fucking headliners in the fucking the thing?
Clit dick. I don't know. Maybe. See, it's hard to say. Well, I don't know. That's pretty bad. I don't know.
Oh man.
Like, is it a lips thing? Like, maybe she's just got some huge fucking lips. Who knows? But I don't. It's tough.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Let me see cauliflower.
We couldn't have a podcast without some dick talk.
Oh no, cock talk.
not even about male dicks, female dicks this time. This cyborg chick probably has a bigger dick than I do.
Dude.
I bet this cyborg chick has a bigger dick than I do.
Just watch that. Just watch the first couple seconds of what I just.
Oh, I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch that, dude.
Just watch it.
I don't want to watch that shit. I know what that. I've seen it before. I don't want to see somebody's fucking ear explode.
That's nasty. Her fucking hair looks like she's something from fucking Predator too. Speaking of nasty shit, you remember I told you I had a little naked cat?
Yeah, a little freak.
I love that cat, but you know what it does? I just did it to her today. What it'll do is it like wants to like cuddle with you. So like you'll just be standing there. She was standing there this morning like we were getting ready to go out. and the cat just like jumps on you and tries to climb up you to get close to your like head and shoulders. So like this cat with its fucking talons, like you'll just be like cooking breakfast, and all of a sudden like this little fucking cat will just like jump and like grab onto like your fucking leg, and like I'm almost flung her like halfway across the living room for doing that shit.
Check out that picture.
Is this a clip?
100% that chick's got a bigger dick than I do.
I don't see the. Where's the dick?
It's not there. But I'm just gonna guess. That's a chick.
That's definitely kind of sort of a chick.
That's Chris Cyborg. Dude,
yeah, I know who it is. I know it is. These chicks look rough,
she 100% probably has like an 8-inch clit dick with the amount of shit she's taking. Like,
I'm gonna Google huge clit dick. I'm gonna see what I got. And then apparently, the first result is Pornhub.com, and it says, "Is that a dick or a clit?" Question mark. So I'm gonna click that, and don't click that. just don't.
I'm glad you beta tested that one.
That was a really bad idea. Don't do that.
What did you get? Some like Chrome warning where it went all red? It's like, we advise you not to go here.
No, you can just yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay, but actually, no. Go into it. Just look at it.
I'm good.
Just go. It's not gross. It's not gross, but
I'll pass.
Okay. All right. Anyway, it's not as bad as if you Google blue waffle. Don't do that either.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Here, there you go.
No, I don't. Don't link that.
That's
shit.
That's not disgusting. Just look at it.
Oh, come on.
It's sponsored by Arby's. Sponsored by Arby's.
Fucking hell, man. Why you fucking link that shit to me? Skype fucking has an auto preview. I didn't even click on the shit. It's just previewed in the Skype window. I can't even avoid it.
That's what you get. That's what you get. Do you see that some dude trained bees how to make honey from fucking weed?
We talked about this on the last podcast.
No,
we didn't. You linked it to me, and I thought it was fucking weird.
Do you want to talk about? You don't have to talk about it, but apparently, with the growing pot movement, somebody trained a fucking hive of bees to make pot from bee honey, which is fucking weird.
Pot? I mean, make honey
or
from
make bee
pot.
honey from pot.
I was getting ready to say, what the fuck is going on over there? Now, yeah. If they're making pot, if the bees are making pot and hives, that would be some shit.
Yeah, that would be good shit. They go get the resin from the pot plant, and then they make honey. And apparently, it has an odor, of course.
Does the honey get you high?
I don't know, but that would be. I would hope. Like, why the fuck else would you do it? For like the health benefits, I guess.
Fucking whatever.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, you want to wrap this thing up, or you got another topic? I gotta piss.
We can wrap it up. We've been going on 3 hours. It's gonna be a big weekend.
If you have a good one, then I'm down to keep going.
I actually just finished my list of shit.
All right. Well,
do you think people are gonna be? Do you think? I think we should engage with our comments more, man, and then
sure.
Just have good old fashioned.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for that being like a regular segment where we like answer comments.
I answer people getting mad that I'm a black guy that criticizes white women.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
The good thing about that is we can just accuse them of being racist.
Well, they are.
And as the white people they probably are, there's not really any defense for them.
People were digging your fucking puke intro, by the way.
Yeah, my near-death intro. And I did that today as well. I spit up water all over the place when you're talking about Donald Trump, where it doesn't fucking matter. It's just so true. Gotta spit up some water there. So, anyway, I guess that'll do it.
Sounds good.
All right. Hope you guys enjoyed Hive Mind. What is this? 16, right? Yeah, 16. Yeah. Again, we're on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher, the whole shebang. So check us out wherever you want to watch us. And
wait, last thing, I'm gonna shameless plug.
Sure.
We're doing a Elite Nation division launch live stream actually, because we do that podcast still, Elite Nation, and we're doing a live stream. I think it's like 10 Eastern or 11 or something. But Elite Nation on the Twitter, check it out.
LeetNation.com, right? Is what it is
think
as
so.
well. LEET.
So. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I didn't come up with it.
So check that out. I don't think it's that bad in terms of branding. I don't think it's that bad. It's nice and short, whatever. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hive Mind 16. We'll see you again next week. Bye.
Later.